Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Springfield High School, home of the Blue Devils, as they play host to the Rogers Rams. It's week 2 of high school football. Glad to have you along, everyone. Matt Melzak alongside Brett Boyd and our BCSN crew. Happy to have you with us. And, Rhett, we're looking forward to a good matchup here. Springfield, Rogers, two teams that took tough losses last week, looking to rebound here in week 2.
Yeah, two teams that are hungry. They got a chip on their shoulder. Again, looking for that first win of the season. I think we're in for an outstanding matchup here tonight. And based on how both teams are built, we can see a lot of fireworks, particularly in the passing game here tonight.
Yeah, looking forward to that. This live game brought to you by Dave White Chevrolet. For the number one buy with the number one guy, the place to go is Alexis M. Monroe. Dave White Chevrolet. See all the great deals at DaveWhiteChevy.com. And it will be Springfield to kick off, so the Rogers Rams will get the football first. Rogers coming off of a loss last week, 42-6 on the road at Elida. Of course, these two schools not separated by too far. Probably didn't take Rogers more than, 10 minutes to drive over here to play Springfield, so a good matchup tonight. Not a long travel. And it'll be Springfield set to kick off. And we'll see that Rogers offense. An offense there led by Jerry Davis, who's in his second season as the head coach of the Rogers Rams. And we're ready to go. Springfield in the all-blue look. Rogers with the black pants and the white jerseys, and the kick fielded back around the 6-yard line. On the return, Marshawn Pettis, and he's out, tripped up around the 14-yard line. So tough starting position for the offense of the Rogers Rams. And let's get to the starting lineups for tonight's game, brought to you by Johnson & Associates, attorneys at law, proud sponsors of high school football on BCSN. Red, who do we want to keep an eye on besides quarterback Leon Brown?
Well, I think outside of Leon Brown, I think you got to look at the wide receiving core of the Rogers Rams. We talked to Coach Davis before the game. He talked about the fact we might throw the ball 35 times tonight. So the wide receivers are going to have a big impact in terms of their success here this evening. So we're going to look at guys like Terrell Jamison, Marcellus Land, Davion Sanders, Ja'Kai Hudspeth. We'll see what they're able to do against the Springfield defense.
And the first pass of the game is complete over on the far sideline. It'll be a first down as the catch is made by Ja'Kai Hudspeth, who you just talked about, a guy to watch out for. He makes the first grab, and it's a nice pickup of 12.
He's a guy that can take it to the distance. He had the lone touchdown for Rogers last week, a 34-yard reception.
A 1-for-1 to start the game for Rogers. And we get a little bit of movement up front, and we get an early flag. Let's see who this is on, whether it's on Rogers or Springfield. It's going to be offside going against Springfield as Joey Keller, the senior defensive lineman, went all the way across the line, through the offensive line, and was in the backfield.
And that's big for Rogers. Obviously want to get out to a good start here, particularly on the road. 1st and 5, you're ahead of the sticks. It really opens up the playbook for you.
Brown, the senior, looks, fires into the flat. It went through a pair of hands. It looked like the intended pass was for Terrell Jamison, but De'Avon Sanders was also out there. Neither one of them could come down with it. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for the Rogers Rams. Oh boy. Get to the keys to the game coming up in just a little bit. Rhett Boyd's ready to rock with those. 2nd down and 5. Out of the gun again. Looking to throw is Brown. He's going to go deep up the far sideline. And it's hauled in. Catch is made. And that's again Hudspeth making the grab. Ja'Kai Hudspeth, his second catch already for the junior.
That's a big time. It's a great throw by Leon Brown, too. One-on-one on the outside. You throw it up and give your guy a chance. And Hudson was able to corral it for a big gain, 1st down, and plus territory for the Rams.
Yeah, big gain is right. A pickup there of 14. And a straight drop throw over the middle is deflected and incomplete.
Good job of that defensive front there for Springfield. If you can't get all the way home to the quarterback, make sure you get your arms up on the release of the pass and try to get a deflection like they did right there. That's just as good as a sack.
2nd down and 10. Leon Brown ready to throw for the Rogers Rams as they'll send 4 to the bottom part of your screen. Hudspeth, the lone wide receiver at the top part of the screen, but a whistle, another offside call looks like coming against Springfield.
Yeah, Jacob Landon out of that defensive tackle position got a little bit too antsy. It's the 2nd time Rogers has gotten Springfield on the hard count. Again, both times it was on 1st down to bring up second and, that was on 1st down the previous play, 2nd down on this play. But again, it opens up the playbook for that offensive staff on how they want to attack.
And they'll look over to the sideline, get the call. 2nd down and 5 from the Springfield 43-yard line. Straight drop and a throw. It's too tall for his intended target. Again, looking for Hudspeth.
Springfield that time brought pressure, just tried to disrupt the timing, and Leon Brown had to get rid of it just a split second before he wanted to, before Hudspeth was able to get out of his break and cause the incompletion.
And there's a look at the head coach, Jerry Davis, 2nd year on the sideline for the Rogers Rams. Continuing to build this program. And out of the shotgun once again is Brown. He'll look over to the sideline.
Springfield looks like they might bring pressure out of that linebacker position unless they were going to stump, but here they do. They bring an extra guy.
And there's pressure, ball knocked away. And they haven't blown it dead yet. Now they're going to say it's incomplete. Going to say he was going forward with the motion, and it'll be 4th down.
Springfield showed early pressure from the linebacker position. Rogers called off the initial cadence. Thought they may have spotted that, but they did. Springfield sent one too many where they were unable to pick it up front. They got home, cause 4th down here, but on plus territory, Coach Davis is going to roll the dice here on 4th down, 4th and 5, and try to pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, he has Sean Cannon, a junior, tailback in to help block, and up the middle, trying to get to the 1st down, and unable to is Leon Brown, as the defense for Springfield stops him after a gain of 1. And it'll be a turnover on downs. We'll see the Springfield offense.
It's a good decision by Leon Brown to pull the ball and tuck. That was a great job by Springfield's cornerback. Number 10, Nate Pope, came up and put a shoulder pad right in the middle of the chest and stopped Brown in his tracks. That's a big stop for the Blue Devil defense here early on.
Let's get to tonight's keys to the game, brought to you by Ace Appliance. Yes, Ace now sells major appliances at aceapplianceshop.com. Rhett, what do you got?
Well, I think both teams, again, they're built very similarly in terms of they want to get the ball out in space. So I think for both teams defensively to be able to tackle in space and not give up the big chunk plays is going to be huge to their success here this evening on both sides of the ball.
We'll see Springfield on offense, and it's a handoff on 1st down. Eli Beal, the sophomore running back. They want to get him to football a lot, don't they?
Yeah, he had 18 carries for 142 yards last week. That's a 7.8 yards per carry clip. You'll take that each and every week if you're Coach Charles Smith. He also, big chunk plays, 4 carries, we had 15 yards or more. He's a game breaker, and if he can establish the run game with those big guys up front, that does make Springfield that much more potent in the passing game.
The left-handed quarterback, Will Scott, the senior, fires over to the near sideline. That's caught out across the 45 and up near the 46-yard line. So back-to-back plays, each picking up 3, and it will be a 3rd down and about 3 to 4 for 1st down.
Well, quarterback Will Scott had 12 completions in game 1 against Maumee. 7 of them to that guy right there, Cam Tall, who was the receiver on that play to bring up 3rd and short.
3 wides in the game on the handoff, 1st down and more for Beal as he crosses into Rogers territory inside the 40 and down to the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 15.
We just talked about Eli Beal, 4 carries for 15 yards plus a week ago. Give credit to the big guys up front. Center Jaden Welch, the right guard Jacob Landon, the right tackle Julian Welch. Open a big hole for Beal to get up into that second level before contact.
That's part of your starting lineup on the Springfield side, brought to you by Johnson & Associates, attorneys at law, proud sponsors of high school football on BCSN. First down and 10. Ball resting at the 38-yard line of Rogers. It'll be Beal again up the middle. Oh, he's got a convoy inside the 30. Give him the 24-yard line as it's a pickup of 14.
We give the guys on the right side of that line credit last play. Let's go to the left side. That time, Joe Keller and Crew Ackenberger open up a big hole for Beal. As much as Springfield wants to get the ball to their playmakers out in space, Coach Charlesworth understands the importance of balance. Established a run game. He's going to lean on that big offensive line up front. 3 guys who are returning starters from a season ago.
Well, Beal has already carried a bunch, and now flags and movement up front. This could be on Rogers this time. We saw a couple go against Springfield on the first Rogers drive of the game.
Looks like Rogers jumped outside. The Crew Ackenberger came out of his stance as well. Now, was he influenced by Rogers creating contact? And he was. So the penalty against the Rams is going to give Springfield.
Dan Kinn is our referee, and he just made the call there. It's a 5-yard penalty going against the Rogers Rams.
Springfield now 1st and 5. Again, the playbook opens up for the offensive staff here entering the red zone. See if they can take advantage.
Out of the pistol formation, they'll be set up. Scott, he's got Beal behind him. Scott, senior quarterback. Both these teams running out seniors at the quarterback position. And it'll be handoff. Beal, he'll cut to the outside. He's got room to the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown, Springfield.
It's a big-time response for the Blue Devils. Got a 4th down stop defensively. Offensively, you march right down the football field, handing the ball up to number 5, Eli Beal. Great vision on that cut. Ball is pretty much handoff right off the guard tackle, but great vision to kick it outside. Be able to find Pater virtually untouched.
Now Springfield, who lost last week 27-20 at Maumee. And now they're going to go for 2. They got the throw over to the near side. It's caught, and the 2-point conversion is good. Brennan Mortis, the senior, makes the grab, and he walks into the end zone, make it 8-0 in favor of Springfield on BCSN. A 20-yard touchdown run for Eli Beal, who ends up on that drive getting the ball 4 times. He ran for 52 yards in his 4 carries with runs of 15, 14, and 20 to put a touchdown on the board for Springfield. They go for 2 and get that. That's why they have the 8-0 lead, as Rogers will get the football in mere moments. For the second time in this game, they drove the football well, got inside Springfield territory, unable to convert on a 4th down. And that's what led the Blue Devils on their charge of a 60-yard drive. High kick, fielded back around the goal line. Marshawn Pettis carrying up the far sideline as the 20 out across the 25-yard line. Solid field position for Rogers for drive number 2 with 8:41 to go here in the opening quarter.
Tonight turn by Pettis, and it's a good thing Caden Taylor Springfield made that tackle when he did, or not. Pettis had a lot of green in front of him. Go ahead another 20 yards and close to midfield. So let's see what Rogers can do here. They had a good drive going early. Moved the sticks twice in that opening possession. They just got stopped on 4th down in Springfield territory. So see if they can build upon that and finish it off.
Get your football fix every Friday night on BCSN's Game Day Nation. Live look-ins from area games plus highlights and analysis. Joel Sebastianelli, Mike Jewell, and Mike Robinson have it all covered at Friday night from 7 to 10:30 on BCSN and the BCSN Now app. Straight drop and looking to throw on 1st down and nothing doing. Swarmed under is Brown back of the 20-yard line as Springfield all over him. Logan Goodrick, the sophomore defensive end, getting the tackle. And there was a couple of Devils right there. Those Blue Devils were all over him.
Yeah, Logan Goodrick playing that Viper position for Springfield. You said it. Good pressure on the inside. Was able to corral the ball carrier before he's able to make a move.
Straight drop and a throw that goes in and out of the hands of McKinley Minor and incomplete. And Leon Brown has missed on his last 4. It'll be 3rd down and long, 3rd down and 15.
Goes with an incompletion to Leon Brown, but that ball obviously should have been caught. It would have got the ball back to the original line of scrimmage, but nonetheless, 3rd and 15 here. We'll see. Springfield brought pressure before.
They don't this time, just 4 up front, and Brown's going to run it himself. He got across the 20 up near the original line of scrimmage. He'll get those yards back, but it'll be 4th down and 10 for the Rogers Rams.
Springfield's doing a good job getting a good push up front and just disrupting the feet and rhythm of Leon Brown in the pocket. Good job, good open field tackle as well by the Blue Devils. Off to a good start here early at home.
Yep. So Springfield will send back Cameron Tall. Talked about him in your keys to the game and the starting lineups, a guy to keep an eye on offensively for that Springfield Blue Devils offense. As the punt is away, it's a high one. They'll kick it away from him, and it takes a great Rogers bounce. How about that? All the way back to the 24-yard line. A terrific punt as Leon Brown let that punt go, and it was a good one.
Yeah, well needed, too, to flip the field here. Now we'll see if the Rogers Rams, they got carved up pretty good in that offensive possession. That Springfield offensive line really did a lot of damage moving that defensive front of Rogers. And Eli Beal, he had a field day on that opening drive, punching in for 6.
Every Friday night, BCSN's Game Day Tailgate is live on location for high school football game of the week. Analysis, Pat Gucciardo and Matt Kriegel join host Justin Feldkamp. They have the matchup, storylines, top recruits, and more. Game Day Tailgate, Friday nights at 6:30 on BCSN and the BCSN Now app. It'll be 1st down and 10 for Springfield. Well, they threw the ball one time for 3 yards on that first drive. Rhett, they went a lot of the ground game. And why not? Eli Beal was churning it up. Does he get it again? No, this time it's a keep. Scott's got it. Coming to the near sideline. He's pushed out of bounds up around the 34-yard line. That's where they'll mark him down. So it's a gain of 9 for the senior Will Scott.
That's an outstanding read by Will Scott. The defensive end came crashing down to take Eli Beal away. And Scott read it, pulled it. Nobody on the outside. He took the corner and picked up the 1st down.
Gain of 10, actually, on the play.
Rogers showing pressure. Got a flag in the play.
Now we got a false start going against Springfield. So it'll push the Blue Devils back 5. You know, Springfield very young across the board when you look at their starting lineup. But they do have a senior quarterback. That helps a lot.
Well, exactly. It's a guy who's been through it, the ups and downs of a 11-week season, and you utilize all that experience. You just put it to good use here.
Now we got flags and offside call going against Rogers.
And when you got a signal caller like that in the backfield with a young team, and Leon Brown's the same on the other side for Rogers, that veteran experience in the backfield just allows for better decision-making out there, and that allows your young guys to just settle in and utilize their skills to their advantage, and you don't ask them to do too much, out of their character.
So it'll be 1st down and 10. We're right back where we were. False start and then an offside. So we're 1st down and 10 for Springfield from their own 35-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Scott. He'll take the snap, hands to Beal. He's under some pressure early, bounces to the outside. He's going to get the corner, crosses the 40, lowers his shoulder, and he's got a nice pickup of 8, almost 9 on 1st down. It looked like he might get caught in the backfield.
Eli Beal, 5'9", 170 pounds, played with a lot of confidence behind that big offensive line of Springfield, lowered the shoulder, delivered the blow at the end of that run. Those are tone setters. Early on in the ball game can really pay off, especially late if you're able to wear down that defense.
So it'll be 2nd down, and they gave him 7 on that run. So 2nd down and 3 for Springfield. Out of the pistol formation, Scott's got Beal behind him. They'll look over to the sideline for the late changes.
Rogers there. They got 10, if not, they got 10 guys up there in the box. There is nobody in that second level. Now they're going to back out, showing pressure. See if they back out of it. They bring the house.
On a second down, they'll hand it to Beal, trying to cut to the outside. He's looking for a block. He's not going to get one. Strung out perfectly, and well done by the Rogers defense. I think he's lucky if he got back to the line of scrimmage, but I think he actually lost a yard.
That's a great job by defensive end Jalen Walton and cornerback Marshawn Pettis to string that play out. And it allowed Joaquin Turner to come up and finish the play. Good job of that Ram defense collectively getting hats to the football and stringing Beal out to the edge.
So it'll be a 3rd down and 4. Under 6 minutes to go in the opening quarter. See what Springfield dials up here. Does Rogers come with the pressure again? That's the question. No, it'll be a throw for Scott as he rolls out under pressure, and the pass deflected away and incomplete. A 4th down coming up for the Springfield Blue Devils.
Pressure brought on by defensive end Jalen Walton, the backside defensive end unblocked. And Will Scott on the rollout. He's lucky to get that ball off before taking a big loss on the play.
Yeah, it looked like he was looking for Nate Pope on that far sideline. Couldn't get it to him.
That's one of those as the offensive line, you're sliding protection to the right side of that particular play to help Will Scott, but you leave that backside end unblocked, hoping he can't get to the quarterback, but Walton did there.
Great punt all the way down. It's going to bounce and go into the end zone for a touchback. Logan Goodrick, the sophomore, with a heck of a punt right there. Unfortunately, Springfield couldn't down it before it got into the end zone. And that means we'll have a change of possession with 5:41 to go here in the opening quarter. And it'll be Rogers to take over. So they'll get the ball at their own 20-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Rams. This is the 3rd time they've had the football. Drove it into Springfield territory first time. And the next time they were stalled right away. Went 3 and out. Leon Brown out of the gun. Full spread formation for Rogers. And now he'll look. Fires it, and it's intercepted, and it's going to the end zone. Touchdown for Eric Scott, the junior defensive back on the INT.
Big play by that Blue Devil defense. Eric Scott just simply in zone coverage, read the quarterback's eyes, and what a break. He put that foot in the ground, broken the football, was able to return it for 6.
20-yard interception return for a touchdown. And it's 14-0 Springfield.
Rogers has gone to the short passing game the first 2 drives, and Scott put that in the old memory bank, and on that particular play to simply put his foot in the ground. What a great break in the football. There's nobody in front of him. Springfield getting it done offensively. Defense gets in the act to go up 2 scores here late in the first quarter.
And it looks like they're going to line up. Goodrick will try for the point after. And it's going to be a fake. And a rollout looking for the end zone, and not getting there is Caden Taylor. And we do have a whistle. An offside call going against Rogers. So Springfield will get another look here.
Yeah, let's see if they line up and go for 2 here, moving the ball that much closer to the goal line. Rogers got a big jump off the edge. And that's where the offside call was made.
Yeah, let's see if that's the case for LaCharles Smith in his first year, head coach of Springfield. Yeah, he's calling some of his guys back over right now. I think he's trying to make changes I think he is going to try to go for 2 here.
Well, here's the deal, and I think this is a good move by Coach LaCharles Smith. You're virtually 2 yards away from a 2-point conversion. With that big offensive line, the success that they've had early on, getting Eli Beal shoulders square downhill, that's a heck of an opportunity to put another 2 points on the board and make it the ultimate 2-score ball game where Rogers have to score, get the 2-point conversion twice. It really puts a lot of pressure on the Rams.
Certainly, yep. And the conversation is done. It looks like that offense is going to come out for Springfield. There's a look at LaCharles Smith. Interesting note, 2020 start Spartans. And on the D side, LaCharles Smith. On the offensive side was the head coach of Rogers, Jerry Davis.
Yeah, so they've had a few chess matches before.
All right, here we go. 2-point attempt up the middle. It's good. As into the end zone goes Eli Beal for the 2-point conversion. And with 5:34 to go here in the opening quarter, Springfield has an offensive touchdown. They got a defensive touchdown and a pair of 2-point conversions. They lead it 16-0. And we're back here at Springfield. The Blue Devils go with a short kick. It's bobbled. Ball is loose, and it looks like Rogers recovered at the 35-yard line. So Charles Smith being very aggressive right here in the early going has seen his team go right down the field, score a touchdown offensively. They've got an INT return for a score. They trying to make something happen there with that little pooch kick.
Well, they've established a lot of momentum early on right now, and they got Rogers on their heels. So you try to sneak a quick pooch kick. You see if you can't, catch that kickoff return unit back on their heels and give yourself another great opportunity. I think with the success the defense has had applying a lot of pressure on Leon Brown, it afforded him the opportunity to feel confident in going for that. If you don't get it, your defense played well enough, you feel like they're going to be able to hold. That's going to be important for Rogers with this starting position, and to really take advantage of it and try to put a sustained drive together here.
As they'll line up from their own 36-yard line. Led by their senior quarterback, Leon Brown, who's out of the gun from the 30. He'll set, fires near sideline. It's caught. First down, Rogers has run out of bounds is Marcellus Land.
Marcellus Land, he's a big target out there. Did a good job. Good strength at the end to get some extra yards. Marcellus Land had 4 catches a week ago for 66 yards. He's a guy you want to get the ball in his hands. He can change the game for you.
Gain of 15 on that one. And it's first down and 10. Rogers trailing it 16-0.
With a single high safety, Springfield is putting a lot of confidence in their corners.
And the pass complete. Again, it's Land. Near side, he's down near the 40-yard line. That's where he'll go down, a yard shy of a first down. So back-to-back completions. And Rogers in business, second down and a yard.
Again, Springfield single high safety look and puts those corners on an island. We'll see if Rogers can take advantage of some one-on-ones.
And a straight drop, looking to throw, in trouble and going down. Back of the 44-yard line as Springfield gets the pressure in and they get the sack, loss of 4.
Jacob Landon, 6'3", 240-pound senior, wreaking havoc. Yeah, good push up front and is able to get Brown before he get the leg started.
Third down and 5 for Rogers. They need to get to the 39-yard line, but they're going to take a timeout here and kind of talk things over before this third down. This timeout brought to you by Genoa Bank. We take your baking needs personally. Now, Rhett, what are you talking about here on this timeout? Just to make sure you got the right play, right formation?
Yeah, based on the defensive alignment here, you want to make sure you got the right play. All right, number 1. And number 2, make sure you got it blocked up. Because right now, Springfield, they brought pressure early in the ball game, but their defensive front with Crew Ackenberger, Isaac Evans, and company on the inside, Jacob Landon, we saw there in the second, they're getting a big push. Just themselves with the 4 in front. They're getting a push, getting pressure on Leon Brown, and that's allowing Springfield to add more defenders in the pass defense. So I think right now, if you're Coach Davis, 1, let's get it blocked up, and once we do, then we can take a shot and get it to our playmakers on the outside. So Hud Smith get off to a great start in the opening drive. Marcellus Land, 2 catches this drive. Let's see if they can get the ball in their hands.
If you're coaching on that Rogers side right now, are you in 2 down here? Third down? You need 5?
You may be. You very well may be. It depends on what you do here. If you don't get anything here, you might punt it, put Springfield deep, make them go the length of the field. But if you get close to that first down marker, a yard or two, you may go for it being down 2 scores.
See what they come up with. 4 wides to the top part of the screen. Straight drop and now a roll out to that side. Firing and it's incomplete. Overshot his intended target. He was looking for Terrell Jamison. And that, being an incomplete pass, brings up a 4th down. And let's see what Rogers elects to do.
Jamison, I don't know if there's miscommunication there, but it looks like Brown thought Jamison would continue to take that route to the sideline. Jamison turned it up and went vertical. Just miscommunication there. They were lucky that wasn't picked off. A Springfield defender got a hand on it. But they are going to go for it here, down 2 scores late in the first.
Line to make at the 39-yard line of Springfield. With Rogers traveling left to right here in the opening quarter. 4:18 to go in this first.
If they try another hard count, they got Springfield to jump twice on it earlier in the ballgame. There you go.
They just got it. Yes, they did. They went to the hard count, and that 5 yards should be enough to move the sticks.
Right at the sticks. I don't know if they're going to have a short one here.
Yep, I think you're right. I think they are just short.
Oh, they're going to give it.
Nope. Yep, there it is. Never mind. We stand corrected. 1st down and 10, Rogers.
Won't be the first time.
But our first of the year, so.
There you go.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Rogers, so they get the pickup thanks to the penalty. See what Leon Brown and company come up with. They're going to go with a run. And the handoff, not much room there at all. Taywan Allen.
Yeah, Daytwan Allen, the starting tailback, carried the ball 6 times a week ago for only 9 yards, and that's where Coach Davis talked about it. He goes, if we can't get that run game going early, look for us to put the ball up in the air. That's our strength. We'd love to have balance, but if we have to throw it 35 times, we will. And right there, good job by Springfield again, establishing the line of scrimmage defensively. Makes it 2nd and long here.
And we got whistles. I think we got another timeout being taken here. Yes, we do. And while Rogers talks it over, we'll take a timeout as well. 3:42 to go here in the opening quarter. It's 16-0 Springfield on BCSN. All right, as we come back, Brown hits a pass out into the flat. It's complete to Land, and Marcellus Land, it's out to the 35-yard line.
The attack there by Rogers there with Springfield getting a lot of pressure up front. Leon Brown has been on the move in that pocket. That time they rolled Leon Brown out, got him out on the edge. And Marcellus Land was able to haul it in. Now it's 3rd and manageable.
And miscommunication there for sure. As Ja'Kai Hudspeth was the intended target, but he broke off his route right at the sticks, and the throw went down to the 15-yard line. Now it'll be 4th down and 5. Almost 6, actually, for Rogers, as they need to get inside the 30-yard line for a 1st down. Fourth down. And Rogers to go. With 3.5 left here in the opening quarter, and we got a whistle. We got an official's timeout here.
One of the players has to leave the field here.
Yeah.
Is that Jamison, 81?
Yeah, Jamison, 81. He's got to come out. He'll be replaced. And Daytwan Allen, as he'll come into the game. And with the 4th down, and here we go for Rogers. They'll bring 4 to the bottom part of your screen. Out of the gun, and a straight drop. They'll throw. It's complete. Right at the 1st down marker. 1st down and more. As Hudspeth is breaking free. And he gets inside the 25 down to the 21-yard line.
Nice job by Ja'Kai Hudspeth there. One-on-one, secures the catch. Then able to, utilize his speed to pick up some yards after the catch, too. That's a big, huge conversion there for Rodgers to keep this drive alive.
He's been the big play guy so far for Rodgers.
It's a good tandem, Hudspeth and Marcellus Land on the edge so far.
Straight drop and a look. Fire is caught right around the 15-yard line. And they'll whistle that down. As down on a knee was McKinley Minor to make the grab.
So Rodgers, they're attacking the edges with Land, Hudspeth. So Springfield, they're going to fan their coverage out that way. That opens up the tight end right in the middle of the football field, and Minor able to haul it in. Good attack offensively by Coach Davis.
Gain of 7. The clock moving, under 3 to go here in the opening quarter. Rodgers, deepest penetration into the Springfield side of the football field. All night long in a straight drop. And looking to throw and rolling out is Brown. He's under duress, gets free from that. Gets inside the 10. He's got a first down. First down and goal for Rodgers as he gets down to the 8, maybe the 7-yard line.
Great decision there by Leon Brown. That's an experienced senior making something out of nothing. Avoided the rush, utilizes his legs, and picks up a big first down here for the Rams deep in Springfield territory.
Sure did. First down and goal from the 8-yard line. Let's go to the Rodgers Rams as they've entered the red zone. Brought to you by Appliance Center, Ohio's largest furniture, mattress, and appliance superstore. Throw is complete to Minor down to the 5-yard line on a pickup of 3.
McKinley Minor stands 6 foot, 200 pounds. He turns, gets those shoulders square, puts that target out right back into Leon Brown. Simple pitch and catch. It's kind of like boxing out in basketball. Utilizes that 200-pound frame, pivots, ball's right on the money. Again, moving the sticks for Rodgers there. Second and goal from the 5.
Last time out of the half used by Rodgers. They've used all of them on this drive. It's paid off for them so far as they're down to the 5-yard line.
And it's, Coach Davis, obviously the second quarter, he's going to have to let it ride. But right now, this deep in the territory, you don't want any mistakes in terms of formation, alignment issues against that against that Springfield defense. So you want to make sure everybody's on the same page because you got to take advantage of it. You punch it in here, all of a sudden it's a one-score game once again. And entering the second quarter.
This time out brought to you by Genoa Bank. We take your banking needs personally. And with 1:29 to go in this opening quarter, Rodgers knocking on the door. Second down and goal. Ball resting just inside the Springfield 5.
Now early on, Springfield's front 7, they get a lot of pressure on Leon Brown, particularly that 4-man front. How has Rodgers adjusted? The quick passing game. We'll see what they do here deep in Blue Devil territory.
And it's going to be a quick pass to the end zone, and it's caught for the touchdown. Marcellus Land, the senior, hauls it in. A 5-yard strike, and Rodgers is on the board.
So they've been going to the quick pass to get that. Marcellus Land runs a slant in from the numbers. And Leon Brown put the ball right on the 3. Great pitch and catch. Big time response by Rodgers.
And they'll go for 2, down 16-6. With a minute 26 to go in quarter 1. Drive started all the way back at the 25-yard line for the Rodgers Rams. And remember, they converted on 4th down. They got aided one by a penalty. Right, that got him down the field. And now we're going to get a penalty marker.
We're going to delay a game. Yeah, that's the call. Flag came out of the back judge there underneath the goalpost.
This may change the thinking here for Rodgers and Jerry Davis. Let's see.
Well, you're at the 8-yard line. You just had success.
From the 5.
Land, that big target with the slant. We'll see if they go back to that. Yeah, Hudspeth too. We've seen his dynamic playmaking out of that wide receiver position as well. Those two guys have really been the bulk of the production on the receiving end of Leon Brown's arm. Got press coverage here. Marcellus Land out here. We'll see if they go to the fade route.
And they are to Land. He's got it for the 2-point conversion. How about that?
Well, Leon Brown saw that press coverage, one-on-one, Marcellus Land. We talked about Marcellus Land, 6 foot, 190 pounds. He got the step, utilized that upper body strength to hold off the defender and haul it in. Big time response by Rogers. Now, one-score game late first quarter. A little bit of an exhale here by Rogers and their fans and coaching staff here. You're right back in it. When just about 15 minutes ago, it didn't look very promising.
No, certainly didn't. And here they go with only 1:26 to go in quarter one. And we got a one-score game. Well, Springfield to get the football as their lead has been trimmed in half. Well, Rogers will kick for the first time tonight. And we'll see what the response is from Springfield after Rogers has found the end zone for the first time tonight.
We'll see their defense on the field for a considerable amount of time on that last drive. We'll see if Springfield goes back, or they stay with that running game that's been so productive for them early here in this first quarter to give their defense a blow.
And the kick will be a squibber on the ground. It'll be fielded and brought up across the 30 near the 40-yard line. And that's where Springfield will get it before the end of this first quarter. Their offense has been more the ground game than anything else, and that's been Eli Beal. He had the big first drive, got bottled up a little bit on the second drive. That slowed up Springfield's offense.
Rogers started to bring, in the last drive, they started to bring pressure off the edge, whether it was the defensive ends or they even had a corner blitz at one point with Marshawn Pettis. We'll see if, just trying to add an extra guy to the box, disguise the front, add an extra guy to the box and take that run game away. We'll see how Springfield counters and see if they can't continue to bust into that second level.
Offside call going against Rogers. So that'll give a free 5 yards to the Springfield offense.
And those you're going to have some physical penalties out there, but those are the penalties that drives the coach crazy. The simple unforced errors of this alignment. And right now, Rogers, they need to clean up that because they've given Springfield.
Well, you know what? Both teams have had that issue so far.
Right.
Think about it. Springfield advanced a drive on a fourth down with an offside call.
And that's going to be addressed by both coaches at halftime. They said, look, it's hard enough to guard these guys. Guard these opposing offenses. We don't need to give them freebies, free yardage. So that's something they definitely will address at the half.
Short gain for Beal as he gets about a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Good attack there. Davion Sanders making the stop there. Second down and 4 from the 39-yard line of Springfield. And they'll go play fake this time, looking to throw and nowhere to go for Scott. He is swallowed up back near the 30-yard line.
Give a lot of credit, number 57 there, Chevelle Reese of Rogers. And he had some help, too. He had a blitzing linebacker that got home as well. Couldn't catch his number. But those two gentlemen's efforts got a big stop there in 2nd down, forcing a 3rd and long.
Looked like the cornerback, Davion Sanders, was in there causing some havoc, Rhett. So that was a good rush. That sets up a 3rd down and 11 for the Springfield offense. And now we hit the end of quarter one. So we'll flip sides. But a good one so far. Rogers striking just before the end of quarter one. Springfield with the lead. They have the football with a 3rd and long when we come back. All right, we are back at Springfield. Glad you're with us tonight. Blue Devils with the lead as they're up 16-8. Matt Melzak, Rhett Boyd, and our crew happy to have you with us. Third down and long, and the throw from Scott deep up the far sideline is knocked away. As Rogers had that covered nicely out there. Looks like LeBron Jones was the one who knocked it away, the strong safety.
It looks like Springfield was looking to take a shot vertically down the field. A lot of quick passing game early. That time they took a shot, didn't get it. Big time response by that Rams defense. Now, it puts the ball back in their offense's hands, who just was able to go the length of the field and score on the last possession.
Now, 16-8 ball game. Springfield in front. The difference in the game is the interception that was returned for a touchdown. As this ball takes a nice Springfield bounce inside the 20. It's going to roll down to the 13-yard line. That's where it'll be touched up. And Rogers, long way to go. Well, they're right in this football game after trailing early 16-0. Their defense has done the job. 3 and out for Springfield offense each of the last 2 times they've had the football.
Now this Ram offensive attack comes back out. Now, where did they have success in that last drive? The quick passing game, Marcellus Land, Hudspeth as well. Now, as Springfield, as they roll coverage to the edge, Rogers then hit the tight end, McKinley Minor, over the middle on a couple of balls as well. So right now, Leon Brown's getting into a rhythm with the quick passing game to negate that Springfield rush up front. Now, we'll see, at some point, they're going to take that shot deep, try and get those defensive backs biting on that quick passing game. We'll see how early they go to that, or they continue to go with what's working, and that is that short passing game.
Leon Brown, the quarterback, straight drop. He's thinking about going deep. Now he's flushed out of the pocket, coming to the near sideline, makes a man miss, out across the 15 to the 20, lost the football, and it's recovered by Springfield. As the Blue Devils will turn it over. Second turnover of the game for Rogers.
Yeah, Caden Taylor came up with it. Again, big turnover there by the Blue Devils. You said it, their second of the ball game. Well needed, too, because Rogers, you said, the last drive, they took the ball down the field and scored. This time, Leon Brown made a great individual effort to get out of trouble in the backfield. Good run up the football field. Just had the ball poked away, and Taylor able to come up with a fumble recovery.
Yeah, he already had close to 15 yards before he lost that football, so.
Now, can this Blue Devil offensive attack look so good in that opening drive? You said stalled out the last couple of possessions, and they find their rhythm once again here deep in Rogers territory.
Early going second quarter. Springfield with the football from the Rogers 30-yard line. And they'll hand it off. Beal coming to the near sideline. He is stiff-armed out of bounds after a gain of a yard.
Rogers is simply saying this. After that opening drive, we are not going to let the Springfield run game beat us. They got 9 guys in the box. They are one-on-one on the corners, press coverage on the outside, and they're going to take their chance. They're going to make Will Scott beat them over the top and try to take away that run game.
Let's see what Springfield does. The game of adjustments is afoot already in this game. 11:22 to go. Quarter 2. We'll set up. Scott standing at the 35-yard line, waiting on the snap. He's got it. Hands it off to Beal up the middle. He's got a good gain here inside the 25-yard line before he's driven back, and a penalty marker coming in. Beal was dropped after a gain of 5. And let's check the penalty.
I think they're to get LeBron Jones out of that safety position. I don't know if he took Beal to the ground after the whistle. Seems like a bang-bang play here for me. It wasn't blatantly late, I'll tell you that, but we'll see what the call is. Face mask.
Face mask call going against Rogers. So that'll help out the Springfield offense.
That makes more sense because I thought LeBron Jones just made a great play in the hole.
And that'll push the ball down to the 16-yard line of Rogers, where it'll be first down and 10 for Springfield.
Break for Springfield there.
They have an interception return for a touchdown, a fumble that has set them up with this drive. One of those keys to the game Rep Boyd talked about way back at the beginning of quarter one. And it was, let's not turn the football over, right?
Yeah, both coaches talked about winning the turnover battle, and right now it's in favor of Springfield, but they just turn. They get the penalty. Now they give some yardage right back with a false start. Again, with young teams, you get those penalties, some of those unforced errors at times. You just got to clean that up if you're going to continue to be efficient on the offensive end.
So it'll be first and 15 for Springfield. Early in quarter two.
You can see the Rogers defense there.
Loaded up.
They're loaded up, one-on-one on the outside.
They're going to pitch it out to Beal. Let's see if he can get the edge. He gets inside the 20 to the 15 and knocked out of bounds at the 14-yard line. So it'll be a pickup of 7.
One thing I like about Eli Beal's ability to run the football, there's no hesitation. That foot he puts that foot in the ground and he's going. And he's picking up positive yards at the end of contact. He's done a nice job here so far this evening.
And that sets up Springfield with a second down and 9.
Look how tight those corners are. You can see it on your screen there. It's press coverage. You see the safety walking up in the middle of the field, LeBron Jones. If Springfield feels they can win the one-on-one on the outside, they have a shot.
And a timeout here that will be taken by LaCharles Smith and the Springfield Blue Devils. That's their first time out of the half. Rogers already burned all 3 of theirs. Now we'll see what Springfield comes up with out of the timeout with a second down and 9. There was certainly something there. LaCharles Smith, you see him right there. He didn't like.
Well, I wonder if he just saw the alignment that Rogers was in. You see it is. We just said it a couple different times, but it's press coverage on the outside. And that safety, LeBron Jones, he's walked up near the line of scrimmage to virtually put 9 in the box to take away Eli Beal in that run game. We'll see if they take a shot here on second down. If you figure you're in 4-down territory, it's a good opportunity to take a shot if you can win one-on-one on the outside.
Maybe even a play fake and throw here. The way Rogers is selling out to stop Beal. It's interesting. It's part of that chess game, right, that we talk about Absolutely. So much.
Well, you got to try to loosen up. I mean, obviously, Rogers, they're selling out against that run game, which they need to because they got carved up in that opening possession. They've done a nice job since with this alignment. Now it's Springfield's job to try to take advantage of it and loosen up that coverage.
Straight drop, and it is going to be a pass. Well, not yet. As we're going to get a penalty marker down, and down goes Will Scott as he is dropped in the backfield. Rogers has been able to get in the backfield a lot.
That's either in the area of holding. Here we go.
And there it is, holding call.
It's like a double whammy there. You get called for holding and you give up the sack. It's like the hold didn't even keep you from getting the sack.
Yeah, if you're going to hold, you make sure you don't give up the sack. But
the yardage is just the same, 10 yards from the spot.
Yeah, the problem is you lose the down, though. Well, that hold must have came not quite at the sack point. As they mark it down at the 24-yard line. So that's where it'll be third down, and the line to make is still the 8-yard line. They go to Beal. He dropped the football, and it's recovered by Rogers. So Rogers gets a turnover as their defense comes up with it.
Yeah, that's Emmanuel Coleman there out of that defensive line slot. Pick up the big turnover for the Rams. What a turn of events there. It looks like Springfield has something positive going deep in Rogers territory. You get a penalty, now you get a fumble, and you give the ball right back.
And in the end, Rogers has the football about where they fumbled it in the first place.
Dare I say, Mr. Melzek, I feel a breeze after the last couple of days here.
Feels good. as we are in the second quarter. Dusk is settling on Springfield. The lights have taken over a lot, what we're seeing out there on the field. It'll be first down and 10. Ball for the Rogers Rams at their own 26-yard line. Rolling out, looking to throw, and now taking off with it across the 30 and getting near the 35-yard line again is the senior Leon Brown.
Talked about Eli Beal on Springfield, lowering the shoulder, delivered a blow after contact. How about Leon Brown, the quarterback there? Good job getting to the corner. And upon contact, lowered his shoulder, picked up another 3-4 yards. This is like to see out of your veteran leader, Leon Brown.
Give him 6, almost 7 on that play. Set up again, 4 wides. This time to the bottom part of your screen. And a straight drop. Looking to throw. He's going to go to the far sideline. It's caught. That's Land again over there near the 40-yard line. He'll get a pickup of 6 and another first down for Rogers.
4 wide to the field side. Put Marcellus Land one-on-one in the boundary and say, go win. Win that one-on-one. And he did just there. Nice pitch and catch. Brown to Land to move the sticks for the Rams.
That'll be first down and 10 for Rogers from their own 39-yard line. Out of the gun. The throw coming to the near sideline. That's caught. And some running room. Into the clear goes to Davon Sanders. He's all the way down the far sideline, and he'll score! Touchdown, Rogers!
What an effort by Davion Sanders there. Took a simple stay pass off the line of scrimmage, turned to the middle of the football field and put on the jets, got to the corner, and then powering through contact at the end of that possession, Davion Sanders.
Wow, the junior Davion Sanders.
We talked about Hudspeth and we talked about Marcellus Land. Davion Sanders had 8 receptions a week ago, targeted 12 times. And you see why. Ball in his hands. He takes it to the house.
Rogers will go for 2 as they try to tie this football game. He a play fake. Looking to throw, and the pass is incomplete. So the 2-point conversion fails. But Rogers on the big play. Davion Sanders, 61 yards. And Rogers within 2. And we're back in Springfield, 2-point game. Blue Devils have the lead. They raced out to a 16-0 lead, but the last 2 scores have come from the Rogers offense. And it'll be a short kickoff, bouncing down at the 25-yard line. That's where it's fielded by Springfield, and a good return out across the 40 up to the 43-yard line. We got a penalty marker that has come down, so we'll have to check that before we set things up. And we'll see what they call here. Boy, quite a discussion going on in our officiating crew here as they're trying to sort out what this penalty call is. This could affect Springfield and where their field position is as the conversation is being given to the Charles Smith. And it's going to go again, Springfield. So the penalty going against Springfield. And that's going to push them all the way back, it looks like, into an illegal participation penalty So that pushes what would have been out across the 40, Rhett. Instead, they're going to have to set up shop at their own 16 for Springfield.
Well, Rogers playing with a lot of momentum right now after that opening drive by the Springfield offense. Again, they're loading the box, bringing extra defenders.
And it'll be Beal, and he's swarmed under, back along the 12-yard line. That's Davion Sanders defensively making the play.
Excellent two-way player for the Rogers Rams, and give credit for Rogers adjusting after that opening possession where the run game from Springfield was dominant. Again, they're putting 9 in the box, bringing more players than Springfield can block right now in the run game, and then been able to stall out the Springfield attack so far.
Out of the gun. It'll be the handoff to Beal. He's in trouble all the way back at the 5. Penalty marker coming in, though. This may help Springfield after Beal is dropped back near the 4-yard line.
Let's see if this is a face mask. Penalty there. Upon contact, the flag came out pretty quick.
And it is. Face mask going against Rogers. So that is going to help this Springfield offense. That after that first drive, you would have thought, boy, they're not going to need much help tonight on that side of things. But Rogers is clamped down on him.
And with this, again, with this defensive alignment, Rogers is simply saying this: we're going to stop your premier weapon right now in Eli Beal. If you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us over the top against our corners. We trust that they can hold up one-on-one, and so far it's paid off.
That has. Springfield with a 2-point lead. They've got the football. And after the penalty, it actually was enough to push football past the line to make for a first down. So it's first down and 10 for Springfield from their own 20-yard line. Out of the gun. It'll be a keep this time. And the quarterback, Will Scott, gets a yard out to the 30 and no further, as he is dropped.
Sean Cannon there to that weak side linebacker position for the Rams in on that last stop. Second and long now for Springfield. You think right now they're going to have to put the ball in the air to try to get the first down, or at the very least third manageable.
So far, Scott has thrown it 3 times. He's 1 for 3. And that was a 3-yard completion.
Rogers showing pressure once again. Mike Noble showing a blitz right off the A-gap.
And it'll be a handoff to Beal. Coming to the near sideline. He's got some blocking. He's pushed out of bounds at the 37-yard line. So a pickup of 7.
Good job. Good gain there on second down. Now you got third and short.
Yeah, third and a yard basically is all they have. Gives you a lot of options here in the playbook for Springfield. Out of the gun is Scott. He's ready. Yelling out up into his offensive line. Now Beal's going to switch. And I think we're going to get the timeout call. Yep, there it is. Timeout taken by Springfield, as they want to talk things over before this third down and 1. A big moment here for Springfield. Well, did you know BCSN is a podcast? It's the BCSN Nation podcast. Brendan Goforth and Justin Feldkamp will be joined each week by a rotation of guests for all things local sports. Each new episode drops Wednesdays at 4 on BCSN.TV and anywhere else you get podcasts. Just search BCSN Nation. Now third down and a yard Put your coach hat on, Rhett Boyd. Give me what you're thinking here. Where do you go? You go right to Beal again? Offensively,
well, third and 1. Yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to lean on my veteran offensive line here to get a push for 1 yard. And then at some point, I'm going to take a shot with these corners one-on-one. You see Pope down here to the near side. He's lined up. You see him on the numbers there. He's got the ability to run. If he can run a go with an outside release, he might be able to hit that. But I don't think you do it right here in terms of the field position. Try to get a push with Beal. You might get a zone read here with Will Scott and Beal. He's going to read that defensive end. If he crashes down, Scott pulls and keeps around the corner. If he stays home, you give it to Beal on the inside. You need one. So you got to lean on those big guys up front to get you that all-important yard.
Well, as soon as the officials are ready, we'll have this third down and a yard. And it looks like they are good to go. And they'll start the play clock. Springfield's ready to go. Third down and a yard. Out of the gun is Scott. Beal off his right hip. And he's going to give it to Beal up the middle. He's got a first down. Spins free. He's got more. Into Rogers territory and thrown out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
And that's what you get when the defense loads up and they bring the house on fourth down like Rogers did. If you can break the initial line of scrimmage, you get a lot of running room out ahead of you, and Beal certainly did that. Good vision in the hole, side, the little jump cut to the outside, then just turned on the jets to get in plus territory.
Longest run of the night for Beal, 26 yards. Sets up Springfield in plus territory. They'll hand it again to Beal. Big hole, near sideline, into the side. The 20 goes and down to the 16-yard line. Another big gain as he goes on that one for 21.
Looks like he's looking out of the ball game. Got hit on that thigh, or might just need a breather. But this is what the Springfield offense looked like on the opening drive of the ball game. Big hole, soft tackle with Eli Beal.
Now Springfield's entered the red zone, brought to you by Appliance Center, Ohio's largest furniture, mattress, and appliance superstore. With 6.5 to go until halftime. It'll be a handoff up the middle, and getting a carry is Amari Griffin, the senior. He goes for a short gain, maybe a yard. Not much there for the running back, Amari Griffin. Actually, matter of fact, he lost a yard. Back to the 17-yard line. Now with Beal out of the ball game, now you may see that throw. Scott looks over to the sideline. They'll change things up. On this second down and 11, ball resting at the 17-yard line of Rogers. In a 2-point game, it'll be a handoff again, and nothing doing as Griffin is dropped back near the 20-yard line. That Rogers defense, after giving up a couple of big runs, clamps down for a couple of losses.
Yeah, Emmanuel Coleman, once again, he recovered the fumble earlier, 5'8", 230 pounds, plugging holes in that Rogers defensive line.
As the clock moves under 5.5 to go in quarter two. Springfield on the march, third down though. They've got to get inside the 7-yard line of Rogers for a first down. Again, Scott has only put it up 3 times in the game. Does he here? It looks like he will. Straight drop. He's under some pressure. Steps up. Nowhere to go. Rogers' defensive front was ready. And down he goes back at the 25-yard line.
Well, Coleman once again doing some big-time work on the inside. Back-to-back plays. He stuffs that Springfield running attack to pick up 4th and long.
Boy, it is going to be 4th down and 19.
They're going to. Scott comes off the field. Logan Goodrich, the kicker on the field. He's going to.
Now we need somebody.
Yeah, we need somebody to hold.
I need a holder.
Plenty of time. Play clock is not started.
And now we're going to get a timeout going.
Play clock is malfunctioning, so they're keeping the play clock on the field. Springfield calls timeout.
Yeah, they're going to need to tuck things over as a couple of players ran on late. And LaCharles Smith, I don't know if he was too happy about that one. Part of the game, you got to be ready at all times, right?
You got to be ready at all times. Those are the ones 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Those are the ones you want to keep those timeouts in your back pocket if all possible. Good job using it so you didn't take a penalty. But again, those are some of those things that those unforced errors that you can control. Again, you got to address, get cleaned up.
Ball will be spotted at the 32-yard line as Logan Goodrick, sophomore, kicks it, and it's going to come up a little bit short. Gave it a try, but not enough, as Rogers' defense holds at 16-14 with 4:04 to go here in quarter number 2. Now back here in Springfield, long try on the first down play as Leon Brown tried to go deep. He was hoping to catch Davion Sanders.
Well, we saw how electric Davion Sanders did with the ball in his hand to take a shot vertical up the football field. Will Smith, the free safety for Springfield, broke on the football, was able to break that play up.
That was close to being an interception also. Smith read it pretty good. Straight drop, and wait a minute, time called. Yep, whistles. Now what do we got? Well, neither team has a timeout the rest of the way here in the half. You don't see that very often, Rat, where both teams are out of timeouts with still 4 minutes to go in the second quarter.
And you just wonder if that's a product of two youthful teams here, where the coaches had some alignment issues, and you just want to make sure you get things right.
And the throw out to the flat is caught, but the play made nicely defensively after a gain of 5 as Land made the reception. And that'll set up 3rd down and 5 for Rogers.
Well, you got Marcellus Land. Hudsmith was effective early. Davion Sanders effective as of late. So really, they got a trio of receivers right now that have made their presence known in this ball game. It gives Leon Brown a lot of options here on 3rd and 5.
Yeah, exciting part when we talked to Jerry Davis before the game about that offensive group and the electricity that he has at the wide receiver spot. False start, though, against Rogers will basically nullify that 5-yard gain a moment ago, and it'll set up 3rd down and long. There you see Jerry Davis over to talk to his quarterback.
That's one thing. You talk about that electric trio of receivers that he has. They got other guys that can contribute too, on the perimeter. And it's one of those deals. You're never out of a ball game. When you got a veteran quarterback like Leon Brown and that kind of electricity on the edge.
This one throw is a bit low as he's looking for Land over on the far sideline. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And Springfield gets off the field, forcing Rogers into a 3-and-out.
This should give Springfield excellent field position here with 2:56 to go in the second quarter.
Well, heading back to receive is Cameron Tall. He'll stand at the midfield stripe. Springfield could end up with pretty good field position here right before the half. High snap, kick is away. And it's going to back him up. He'll field it. Fair catch made. And now a penalty flag coming in, as the catch was made back at the 45-yard line of Springfield. And then Tall was tackled after he had signaled for the fair catch.
He'll add 15 yards to the end of this. So this should put the ball at about the Rogers 45. if the call stands. They're talking about it.
And they are discussing. And it was the back judge who threw the flag. I mean, Tall acted like he had
and I think
signaled for the fair
that's
catch.
where the confusion was with Rogers is he signaled early and then caught the ball and acted like he was going to run there. Now, that's simply because of instinct trying to avoid the oncoming defender coming 100 miles an hour right down the barrel.
Up and there's the call.
But they are going to uphold it.
And that's going to move the ball down to the 40-yard line of Rogers. So Springfield gets a pretty good look here on a 15-yard penalty. So a 2:49 to go. No timeouts, but good field position for Springfield, trying to add on to a 2-point lead.
You talked about it earlier, though. No timeouts. That's huge here. So if you're Springfield, obviously, and with the run game that they've been trying to employ here in this quarter, you got to make sure that you're quick off the pile, get back on the football, and conserve time.
Beal cutting to the outside. He's got some room. Inside the 20, to the 10, to the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown, Eli Beal, as he scores from 40 out.
Forget about conserving time. Just give it to Eli Beal. Let him take it the distance. Great job up front. Just locking on to your guys long enough for Beal to get to the corner. Nice vision there at the end of the play as well by Beal to get the pay dirt.
All right, right up the middle, bounces to the near sideline. And into the end zone he goes. That'll make it 22-14. Oh, no, he didn't actually. Didn't make it into the end zone. Stepped out of bounds in a 9-yard line. So he's short of the end zone. They'll go right back to him. He lost the football, and it's recovered by Rogers at the 2-yard line. What a difference there.
And there's our guy once again for the Rams, 66. Emmanuel Coleman, his second fumble recovery of the ball game. What a turn of events for Springfield. Looks like they had a big-time run and score, ruled out of bounds, and then you turn it right back over inside the red zone. It's a big turn of events here late in the second quarter.
Yeah, it remains a 2-point game, and Rogers gets the football with 2:32 to go until halftime.
Our turnover battle now, 2-2.
Yeah, evened up.
Evens up. We got a relatively even ball game right now. It's a 2-point conversion separating these two clubs. It's a very entertaining ball game nonetheless.
It has been. What a first half. Springfield owned the early part. Rogers owned the next part. But the last part has been owned by Springfield. They've had a couple of looks. Unable to add on, though, as they'll give it on a little toss here, trying to get Sanders loose to the far sideline, but Springfield able to string it out. They'll make the tackle after a pickup of about 3.
That's the old bring Sanders in motion, and you get the Brown gets a snap. It's a little push pass to Sanders. Again, just trying to get him to the field side and let him try to make a play in space. Good job by Springfield to collapse and not allow more yardage than what they're able to get. Got 5 on that play.
The clock moving, under 2 minutes to go until halftime. And a straight drop. Looking to throw is Brown. Now he's going to try to run with it. Up the middle he goes and cuts to the outside. Thrown out of bounds near the first down marker. Looks like he'll be about a yard shy of that.
One thing Brown's been able to do after the first couple of series, and we talked about them getting some rhythm in that short passing game, but he's done a good job as well of recognizing pressure and utilizing his legs and make something out of nothing. Just all of a sudden you start to see that pressure from that Springfield interior slowing up just a bit because you got to respect the running game of Leon Brown.
Let's stop the clock with 1:42 to go. And an automatic first down on the offside call going against Springfield. .142 to go until halftime. First down and 10 for Rogers. The ball moves out to their own 16, almost 17-yard line. Out of the gun, straight drop is Brown. He's going to fire, and it's caught by Sanders. He's drilled and dropped after a gain of a yard.
That is a one heck of a tackle. Eric Scott had a pick six earlier in this ball game. That time coming up out of that secondary and lowering the boom on Sanders.
And Rogers will line up. Second down. They gave him 2 on that reception. Clock down to a minute to go until halftime. And Brown going to roll out to his right. He's under some pressure. Fires. It's complete over on the far sideline. Land trying to make a couple of players miss. And now he's going to break free. Land may go down the far sideline. Marcellus Land into the end zone. Touchdown, Rogers.
Well, Marcellus Land has worked the boundary all night long, creating some one-on-one opportunities, and that time, what an individual effort there. Hall's in the pass, defender on him immediately, shrugs him off. A couple of side steps later, he's taking it to the house for the Rogers Rams, who takes their first lead of the night.
82-yard touchdown by Rogers. And the Rams will line up to go for 2, leading it 20-16. Brown, straight drop, ill look, fires, it's tipped and nearly caught in the end zone, but it will fall incomplete. 82-yard touchdown catch and run by Marcellus Land. Rogers leading for the first time tonight. 20-16. After a 16-0 lead for Springfield here on their home turf, it's Rogers who has scored 3 unanswered touchdowns. Remember, one of Springfield's touchdowns was an interception return for a score. And Rogers has the lead on the road.
So in one of those ball games where is the ebbs and flows of a game, Springfield comes out hot early. A couple turnovers back and forth to negate drives for both teams, and Rogers, a couple of outstanding individual efforts on their last 2 touchdowns by Davion Sanders, and that time Marcellus Land to put them back on top.
Yeah, they've had a 61-yard and 82-yard touchdown play tonight. So Rogers' big play ability has been key. First down and 10 from the 31-yard line for Springfield, and we'll see what they do with 41 seconds left to go. It's been a lot of big plays. Remember, just a moment ago, it looked like Springfield was going to score. Looked like they had a 40-yard touchdown run. Said that Beal had stepped out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Next play, he fumbles. That gives Rogers the opportunity. Couple plays later, they're in the end zone. And the next thing you know, looked like Springfield was going to open up a bigger lead before the half. Instead, it has gone the other way. Out of the gun, looking to throw, pass near side, and a big-time hit by Sanders on Beal as he tried to make the catch. Tried to set up Beal on the near sideline. And coming up was Davion Sanders to make the hit.
I don't know if they thought that was helmet-to-helmet contact or not. Not sure. But this is a tough call against Rogers if that's indeed the call. Because I thought he hit him right. I thought he got shoulder pad to chest. We don't have replay. But it's one of those bang-bang situations. And that's what they're going to call.
The penalty marker is down.
And I'm not saying it wasn't the right call, but it was one of those bang-bang situations. That's a tough break, nonetheless. That's a tough break for Rogers on a great individual play to break that pass up.
Yeah, that's going to be a Helmet-to-helmet call.
This is one of those bang-bang deals. If it was helmet-to-helmet, then, that's the rule. Just from the casual eye, I thought it was shoulder pad to chest. But the official's right there. They got a better vantage point than we do.
Absolutely.
Tough call for Rogers, nonetheless, and a great pass breakup.
And it'll set up 1st down and 10 for Springfield at their own 46-yard line. Scott will go on to the gun. 36 seconds to go until halftime. Springfield does get the football to start the second half. They'll hand it off, and some running room. Coming to the near sideline and spinning free down to the 41-yard line. And on the run there was, again...
it's Amari Griffin
there.
Yeah,
it's Amari Griffin, yep.
Getting a run here on this series. Came in for Eli Beal in the last series. Getting some run here on the last drive of the second quarter.
Hand off again, Griffin, and this time he's swarmed under in the backfield. Managed to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's where he'll be hauled down, and that could be the last play of this opening half. Yes, it looks like it will be with just 5 seconds, and the clock just going to run down. And we are going to go to halftime. Here at Springfield, Blue Devils got out to a 16-0 lead, but the Rams, on the backs of a couple of big-time plays, they have the lead at the end of the half, 20-16. And we're ready to start the third quarter at Springfield. It'll be the Blue Devils that get the football to start the third quarter. Matt Milzak, Rep Boyd, and our crew, happy to have you with us in this matchup tonight. Rogers erasing a 16-0 deficit, scoring 20 unanswered. What does Springfield do to change it as we get going here in the third quarter? It starts with a kickoff return out across the 35 to the 36-yard line, and that's where Springfield will take it. Their big player in the first half was, of course, Eli Beal, 17 carries, 154 yards on the ground. He also had a score for Springfield. Well, Rhett, you go into this second half. What do you change on the Springfield side? You're getting the football first.
Well, I think, one, you have to identify where in the run game you've had the most success. And it seems to be a little bit going off tackle, leaning on that veteran offensive line. Eli Beal, once he gets to that second level, he has excellent vision to be able to get out in space and pick up yards after contact. And I think you also got to take a look at Springfield. As Rogers, for the majority of that first half, basically put 9 in the box. 8 guys in the box for sure. The safety walked down as well. And they're playing press coverage on the perimeter. I think you got to take some shots just to keep that defense honest, not let them overplay your run game.
And Scott is going to carry on first down. We got a penalty marker down. Could be a face mask here as they went empty on the first play from scrimmage here in quarter 3.
Trying to spread that defense out, keeping them from being condensed, like they were. But when they got that press coverage on the outside, those corners are one-on-one on an island. And Rogers is saying, look, we're going to take your run game away to the best of our ability. If you're going to beat us, you're going to have to beat us one-on-one over the top. And Springfield just has not taken advantage of that yet. Now, maybe they kept it in their back pocket, for the second half to give something they haven't seen. But I think it's something that's definitely got to take a look at. And I think on the other side of the ball, defensively for Rogers, I think you just got to continue to send extra bodies and send more bodies they can block and really try to keep Beal going east and west and not north and south like he was able to for the most part of that first half.
Well, 1st down and 10 for Springfield. They've got the football inside Rogers territory after the penalty. They're going to take a shot deep down the far sideline, and it is incomplete as they were given a shot for Nate Pope. The junior wide receiver's got good size at 6'1".
They didn't connect, but it's exactly what you have to do to keep that defense honest and loosen them up a little bit. And you just got to hope, hey, you might not connect on all of them, but you just need to connect on 1 or 2 to take one to the house, and then again, loosen up that defense. That'll help you run game.
All right, before the second down play, we remind you Sports Nightly is your source for local sports 365 days a year. Mark, Carly, Joel, and Nicole have you covered stories, highlights, and interviews every night at 10:30 on BCSN and the BCSN Now app. 2nd down and 10 for Springfield, and they'll hand it to Beal. trying to get to the outside. He is swarmed under and taken down. Davion Sanders, who's made a presence in that second quarter, he does it again.
Yeah, Jalen Walton, too, that defensive end, did a good job of getting up the field and stringing Beal out to the sideline before the rest of the Rams can get there and keep him to a minimal gain.
Yeah, just a gain of 1 there for Beal. It's 3rd down and 9. Ball resting on the Rogers 45-yard line with Springfield traveling left to right here in the third quarter. Out of the gun is Scott. He'll take it under some pressure, looking to run with it, trying to pick his way, and he does. He's got some open field, gets inside the 35-yard line, a first down for Springfield and a gain of 10.
And that's something he was not able to do in the first half, is get free from the rush. But a great job there. Will Scott utilizing his legs, picking up the first down. We've seen Leon Brown on Rogers' side offensively using his legs to success as that first half went on. Will Scott does there for the Blue Devils. Got an injured player down for the Rams.
And that is going to cause a stoppage here as Springfield on the move this first drive of quarter 3.
We had an exciting first half. Both teams were able to take advantage of some big chunk plays, to put their teams in position to score or to take it to the house. And I think one thing, outside of the X and O adjustments in the first half, both coaches at half have to address the penalty situation. You got 2 young teams, but we had 12 pre-snap penalties in that opening half, stall drives or extended drives on both sides of the football.
Well, we'll see if that probably, I'm going to guess, just go out on a limb here and say that was part of the convo from both coaches and the halftime.
But I think you can use it as a motivator. Say, guys, look, what's done is done, but look, we've shot ourselves in the foot. We have X amount of yards and penalties, pre-snap penalties, things that we control. If we clean that up, look how well we're moving the ball. We can put points on the board and take control of this football game.
First down and 10 for Springfield. First drive of the second half. Now the gun is Scott. He'll hand it off up the middle, and a good gain for Beal on first down as he gets inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line, a gain of 7.
Another big push by the left side of that offensive line. And when Beal hits off tackle, he just needs to get just a sliver, and he exploits that hole. He gets in that second level. Look out. Because, again, we talked about the first half. No hesitation. He gets north and south and gets low pad level.
And he'll line up off the right hip of Scott. Whistle. And again, that was an official's call there.
Second time we've seen the whistle, the referee stop play, and the guy has to leave the field.
And so that'll prompt changes from the Rogers sideline on this 2nd down and 4. Straight drop, looking to throw, and will deep down the far sideline, and it is incomplete. As again, looking for Pope, but the defense was there.
That's great coverage there by LeBron Jones and number 24, who's not on our roster. But nonetheless, excellent coverage by those two at the back end. Again, Springfield taking a shot. Will Scott just left that one a little bit short. Need to get that over the top and let Pope run underneath it. Nonetheless, good defense by the Rams there. But again, for Springfield, you take that shot. Keep that defense honest. And again, if you hit 1 or 2, you're in a good situation.
Instead, it leads to a 3rd down and 4. And it'll be a toss coming to the near sideline. First down and more on a little flip to get the ball to Cameron Tall. He made a catch early in the ball game. Hasn't touched it since until that play.
Rogers ran that same play with Davion Sanders. Snap to the quarterback, little push pass. That time, Cameron Tall, full head of steam, got the corner and moved the chains.
And that run of 8 gives it a first down, as you just mentioned, on this first drive of quarter number 3. Scott will line it up. He's got Beal on his left hip. 3 wides, bottom part of the screen. He's going to throw that way, going deep, wants it in the end zone, and it's incomplete. Overshot his intended target as he was looking for Brennan Mortis, the senior, down in the corner.
Good idea. 1st and 10, take a shot.
And 6 straight incompletions from Will Scott.
Well, he only attempted 4 passes in that opening half, so he's just getting loose, trying to develop that timing, that touch.
2nd down and 10. Scott wants the football. It's grounded back to him. Bad snap, and he'll just have to cover it back at the 24-yard line. That'll be a loss of 5, almost 6 on the play. And it'll set up 3rd down and long for Springfield offensively. I'll see what Springfield dials up here. Early part of quarter 3. Rogers ready to bring some pressure. They do. The throw, though, is going to the end zone, and it is incomplete. Boy attempted to get to Britt Boyd down in the near side corner of the end zone, and it was broken up.
Like Cam Jones there for the Rogers Rams. Great job staying on the hip of the receiver. It was a good ball, though, by Will Scott there, but excellent defense there by the Rams to bring up 4th down.
And Springfield's going to try a long field goal here, 40-yard attempt. As lining up is Logan Goodrick, the sophomore. He'll put a leg into it. This is a pretty good kick. It is up, and it is no good. He missed it to the right. He had a leg this time.
See Coach Davis there, fired up. His defense held in pass coverage. Big stop for the Rams. Springfield had a lot of momentum coming out in that opening drive.
Yeah, good drive, getting it down inside the 20-yard line, but stalling out. And then the missed field goal. And that'll give Rogers an opportunity. First time they get the football to start quarter number 3. And in a first half that saw Leon Brown go 13 of 22 for 238 yards and 3 touchdowns. He did throw the one INT that was returned for a score. And it'll be a handoff as a run right out of the gate. And a good run. Daquan Allen get the run it. And he does for a good gain.
Yeah, the run game virtually has been non-existent for Rogers in the first half. Very limited opportunities, but that's a good job there by Daquan Allen. Full head of steam, turn the corner. You pick up 9. And now, if you're Rogers, you feel a little bit better about your opportunity to take a vertical shot downfield on 2nd and short, and see if you can't get another chunk play out of the passing game that worked so well for you as that first half went on.
We'll see if Brown does just that. Out of the gun he goes, or will he hand it off? No, he's going to hand it off, and nothing doing. Springfield was ready for that, as Daquan Allen may go for a loss here. Nope, I think he made it just back to the line of scrimmage. That's where they're going to spot him down, so he'll be a yard shy of the first down. 3rd down and 1. 3rd and 1 for Rogers. Early 3rd quarter. And the throw out into the flat. That's caught. 1st down. And going up the far sideline. It's been a big night for Marcellus Land. And he's got the 1st down out across the 40-yard line.
That's automatic. Automatic. And Coach Davis knows it, too, that anytime they're second short, 3rd and short, they can go to Marcellus Land one-on-one in the boundary, and he can make a play one-on-one.
And he gains 14.
It's his upper body strength that he shrugs off those defenders who have to respect his speed, and they play off of him, that pitch and catch, and let him work down the football field. Again, it's been unstoppable here tonight.
And whistles here before the snap. Force out a substitution on the Springfield side this time. And it'll be first down and 10. From the 43-yard line, Rogers with a 4-point lead. They have the football. Nearing the midway point of quarter number 3, and it's another handoff. And breaking a tackle in the backfield and getting a good gain on the play, Datewan Allen once again. And a little bit of an adjustment here for Rogers coming out in the second half, Rhett.
Yeah, trying to lead on that run game. Virtually they were all pass in the opening half.
Yeah, Allen got one carry in the first half.
And so, obviously, they're going to try to establish the run here with the lead, utilize some clock, and then stick with your short passing game. Like we said, they go to Marcellus Land and to the boundary. That's been pretty much unstoppable for them, so they know they have that. Again, if they can utilize the run game, choose some clock, get that short passing game going once again, it really puts Springfield's defense in a quandary.
Well, after the gain of 6 on first down, a false start will move it back 5 yards, make it second down at 9 for Rogers. They've got the ball at their own 44-yard line. And a straight drop. Jones going to fire deep up the far sideline. He wants Land, but it's out of bounds. Incomplete.
Good coverage there by Brennan Mortis. Out there on Land.
Well, Rogers looking at a third down and long. They lead it by 4. We'll see what they choose to do on this third down at 9. Land has had a big play. Davion Sanders, a big play. Straight drop. Jones gonna flip it out. They got a screen set up. It's Land in the clear. Down the far sideline he goes, inside the 20, and he's hauled down inside the 15. As a big-time play there, nearly 40 yards on that reception.
Oh, we talked about the chess match between Coach Jerry Davis, an offensive mind, against Charles Smith, who's a defensive mind. Both guys coach on the same coaching staff at start. They would have those battles back and forth in practice between the respective units. Springfield brought the blitz. Rogers countered with the screen pass to the middle of the field. Nobody home and a lot of green in front of Land, like you said, to pick up the big play in the red zone.
He had 120 yards in the first half. They're looking for him again to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Try to go with a quick hitter right there, and it's incomplete in the end zone.
They had it, too. They had the shot. Land came free behind the corner in front of the safety. It's a little bit too long on the pass.
As we've reached the halfway mark here of the third quarter. Second down and 10 from the 15-yard line. Little flip, and that's going to be a turnover. Nope, it's going to be an incomplete pass, actually. Incomplete pass there, as that is a throw forward.
That push pass is it's a forward pass.
He was hoping to get Davion Sanders. And in a way, it's like it sets up like a jet sweep, right?
Yes, exactly. Exactly right. Instead of handing off to the guy in motion, it's just to try to get to him just a tad quicker. Where they do, by rule, that is a pass, so it's an incomplete pass. 3rd and 10 now. They can still get a first down just outside of the 5-yard line.
Yes, they can, but they're going to take a timeout here. And they want to talk things over. It's a timeout brought to you by Genoa Bank. We take your banking needs personally, as Rogers has found themselves into the red zone again. Brought to you by Appliance Center, Ohio's largest furniture, mattress, and appliance superstore. And we just went under 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Rogers with a 4-point lead on Springfield.
Well, let's take a look here. If you're Coach Jerry Davis, what play call do you dial up here, 3rd and 10? You're probably thinking we're in 4-down territory. So you know that you got Marcellus Land out in the boundary, who's been very successful. You got Davion Sanders, who's been electric with the ball in his hands once you get the ball to him in space.
Which is what they were trying to do a moment ago.
And don't forget about Ja'Kai Hudspeth as well. Started off this ball game with a couple catches, moved the chains, so he's got options. But Marcellus Land, he's been the hot hand.
Let's see where he goes here on 3rd down and 10. Brett just mentioned it. They get a first down inside the 5. Pressure coming, no. And going down. Jones all the way back at the 26-yard line. Springfield with a big defensive play.
Well, give credit to that Springfield defense because Leon Brown, he looked to his right to the short side for the quick pass, and Springfield took it away. By the time he came back around to the field side, that pressure got to him, got home. It's a big stop here. Now you got 4th
and 19 after the loss of 9 on the play. And they'll leave the offense out on the field. Jones, straight drop. He's going to look, fires. It's caught. And going out of bounds. They're going to say it was incomplete. So they were looking for Sanders. Springfield's defense holds after Rogers stopped Springfield's first drive.
Well, that was a huge 3rd down sack by the Blue Devils, to force that 4th and long. Again, just the ebbs and flows of a ball game. Momentum shifts. It's one of those situations, it's a great test for these two young clubs, is you just got to keep playing. It's a cliche, play the next play. But that's what you have to do in a game like this, whether things are going well or things are not going well for you. You got to keep pushing forward and persevere. Because this game has been close, it's been tight, it's been big play by big play on both sides, and you figure that's what the second half is going to be like. So you just got to bow your neck and continue to win each individual play.
Well, let's see what Springfield can do with 5:14 to go here in quarter 3. There's been no scoring in this second half. Blue Devils drove down, did not score. They missed a field goal. Then stopping Rogers on a 4th down try. Their defense, handoff. Beal getting to the outside. He losing his edge and goes down.
Yeah, the hockey reference there by the voice of the Walleye, Matt Malzahn.
Yeah, I thought I'd drop one in for you there after a short pickup. And matter of fact, Beal might be down a little bit there. We'll check on him. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back to Springfield in a moment as they trail by 4 to Rogers. (20-16) our score here at Springfield. 5 minutes and 3 seconds to go here in quarter number 3. Springfield with the football. So Springfield with the football after a gain of 4.
Well, Eli Beal, it appeared that he was cramping over there on the far sideline, and he's limping off the field right now, and that doesn't look like something he's going to be able to just come right back in the ensuing play or two. So we'll see how long he's out of this ball game, and so a lot of the run game now is going to fall on the back of Amari Griffin, the 5'6", 170-pound senior that we saw get a few carries there at the end of the first half.
Yeah, he did bust off a big run at one point. So he's going to get the lion's share of the duty right now. The backfield, as he'll stand next to Will Scott, the senior quarterback, out of the shotgun. He'll take the snap and takes it himself. Nothing doing. Rogers was ready. He's dropped after a loss of 1.
A great job of that Rogers front 7 there. Scott made the right read. He pulled as 2 or 3 guys jumped on Griffin right away, but great conversion by that defense as a whole to get collective hats to the football. And we're starting to see here cramping possibly becoming part of the ball game.
Yeah, heavily. Of course, last couple of days it's been very warm.
We had that that infusion of heat the last 2 days, and and these teams, sure coaches, they readjusted their normal, the normal approach, but at the same time you had to get your practice time in, and right now, we'll see, how cramping affects the rest of the ball game. We still got 16 minutes a game, whole quarter.
Quarter plus,
Quarter and a quarter? That's what we got left?
Yeah, quarter of a quarter. A quarter. You got it. Long pass. Deep up the far sideline, and it's incomplete. Scott let it go, but overshot his intended target. And an incompletion, but...
We got a flag on the play.
We may have, we got penalty marker down. Let's check that. All the way back at the line of scrimmage.
Saw the holding signal.
Yep, and there it is. Holding going against Springfield. That'll be declined. And it'll be 4th down. Punting time for Springfield. So they go 3 and out. And Rogers ready to get the football back. Leading this game 20-16.
Logan Goodrick is the punter, and he's got a big leg. We've seen that here this evening, and boy, would it pay big dividends here.
A little bit of a high snap, but he's got it and gets it away. Fair catch signaled for. It's going to take a roll for Springfield down inside the 35-yard line. It'll be marked down at the 34. And that's where it'll be 1st down and 10 for Rogers, leading it by 4. They tried to institute a little more of the running game last time they had the football.
Yeah, you talk about adjustments at halftime. Springfield ran the ball predominantly every play in the first half. They come out throwing. And you had Rogers who virtually threw the ball every play on the offensive end in the first half. They come out running. So now you're going to find that. Now you're going to find that just that blend, that mix here, for the rest of the ball game. And it's just a matter of execution. And maybe in some cases, who makes the least amount of errors in terms of penalties and turnovers? Because that's played a big part of this game on both sides.
That has, although it's ended up being pretty even. The turnover side is 2-2. Early was Rogers, turned it over a couple times. Springfield returned to favor in quarter 2. 1st down and 10 for the Rogers Rams. Leon Brown out of the gun. He's going to swing it out into the flat. That catch is made. And breaking free is Hudspeth, and he is taken down near the midfield stripe.
Yeah, Ja'Kai Hudspeth. He's got now speed.
Yes.
He's right on the catch. He's at full speed right now. There's no building up to it. And if you're Springfield, you better have pads on pads as soon as he catches the football, because he gets those shoulders squared north and south. Extra yards are coming.
That's a 14-yard catch. And run. Hudspeth. Will now check into the backfield along with Brown. Brown will go out of the gun. And he fires. It's complete over on the far sideline. Breaking a tackle is Land, and he's got another 1st down into Springfield territory down near the 35-yard line.
He's been big time here tonight, Marcellus Land. That time, simple pitch and catch.
That's a gain of 17.
Yeah, 3-4 yards, but then he sheds 3 tacklers. You said up to a 17-yard gain, moves the chains.
That's his 9th catch of the night. And the clock moving down near 3 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. Rogers spreads it out. And a low snap, but it'll be a handoff. And turning the corner, but running out of bounds is Daytwan Allen. He did pick up a couple. Now down to the 31-yard line. Gain of 3. 2nd down and 7 for Rogers offensively.
So they might add time to the clock here.
Now with 2:44 to go in the third.
Saw the near side official signaling to the back judge. So maybe 3-4 seconds came off the clock. I think you're going to put 6 seconds back on the clock.
Yep, they did.
So 2:50 to go here, third quarter.
A 4-point game. Rogers with the lead, and they're on the move. Down to the Springfield 32-yard line. Second down and 7. Leon Brown out of the shotgun. Straight drop. He's under some pressure. He's going to throw deep up the far sideline. It is caught, but out of bounds. Goes incomplete as Land made the grab. That's an incompletion, though, as he caught it out of bounds.
Caught out of bounds, but again, good tight coverage by Brendan Mortis. Look, it's one-on-one. Everybody at the stadium can see that. And Brendan Mortis stayed right on the hip of Marcellus Land, squeezed him on the sideline, and forced catch out of bounds.
Third down and 7. Rogers from the Springfield 32-yard line. They've already gone for it on a drive in this half, and pressure coming, and down he goes. Back at the 44-yard line.
That's Jacob Landon once again for the Springfield Blue Devils. Plays on the edge on the boundary side of the football field. That time virtually came on very untouched and clean off the edge to get Leon Brown.
Fourth down and 22. And it'll be, or make it 4th and 17, beg your pardon. It'll be a punt for the Rogers Rams. And a bad snap. And now Springfield's going to get the football in excellent field position.
Oh, the ebbs and flows of a ball game. You kind of felt in that drive when Rogers is in plus territory. Like, you just felt like Springfield had to get a stop and not let Rogers go up 2 scores. But
well, they got the stop.
3 plays later, all of a sudden Springfield's going to take over in Rogers territory here after a big sack, and then you get an
error.
The high snap on the punt, and all of a sudden Springfield's in business.
Yeah, Springfield's going to get the football at the 37-yard line of Rogers. Under 2 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. We've gone under 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. A lot of football still to be played tonight here at Springfield. Blue Devils with the football. 37-yard line of Rogers. It'll be a handoff. And up the middle, not a lot of running room there. Maybe a yard or 2 for Amari Griffin.
Amari Griffin came in the last series when Eli Beal
the senior
limped off the field.
Griffin gets a yard. See what Springfield comes up with here. Griffin in the backfield. Out of the gun. It'll be the handoff up the middle. Griffin's got a first down. He's got more. 15, 10, 5, touchdown Springfield. 35-yard touchdown run, and the Blue Devils go back in front.
Well, Springfield had a lot of success in the opening half of running the football with Eli Beal. He's out of the ball game at this point. Amari Griffin comes in, the senior, like you said. System doesn't change. The big guy's up front, creating a crease. Amari Griffin gets to the second level, makes a cut. Pater, Blue Devils.
As Springfield will line up for the point after. And we got flags. Might have an offside ball going against Rogers.
Nope, 22-20. moves them closer. Now, they did go for 2 twice earlier in the ball game. Got it. Looks like here they're content with one for the extra point.
Yeah, they are going to line up for the point after to take a 3-point lead. And the snap good, the kick is up, and that is good. So Springfield, it's a big-time touchdown run. And the Blue Devils go back in front, 23-20. Attention student section, show us your spirit and tag us on Twitter using the hashtag SSOTW to get in the running to be our Unison Health Student Section of the Week and be featured on Game Day Nation. Well, maybe it's Springfield this week. Who knows? They were pretty fired up a moment ago when Amari Griffin scored a touchdown that has given the Blue Devils the lead again, 23-20. As the kickoff will go all the way back to the goal line. Fielded there, Davion Sanders. He's in the clear. Here he goes up the far sideline, and he gets tripped up inside the Springfield 40 at the 38-yard line. Davion Sanders already had a 61-yard touchdown on a reception. He nearly had a 100-yard kickoff return.
Well, Springfield caught a break with Davion Sanders getting tripped up there. It looked like he had a lot of green in front of him, just got his feet caught up with his blockers there as he made a cut. But nonetheless, great return, great field position for Rogers, good response to that Springfield score. Now, let's see if Leon Brown on the offense can punch it in for 6.
As it's first down and 10, straight drop and a throw over the middle, nearly intercepted. And the pass by Brown, it hit right into the defensive lineman. That was Isaac Evans. It hit him right in the hands.
Yeah, they tried to drop the ball, just over the line of scrimmage and a little crossing route.
I think it surprised him more than anything. All of a sudden, the ball will hit you. And it goes right down to the turf, so nearly a turnover there. Second down and 10. Straight drop. Brown going to throw. It's complete. Far sideline. Guess who? Catch number 10 of the ball game for Marcellus Land. And give him 10 on the play.
And the defender looks like he's slow to get up there for Springfield. But again, we talked about that's virtually automatic right now for Rogers. Every time they need a 5-6 yard gain, it's a snap, pivot, hit Marcellus Land on the short side of the field, let him work one-on-one. 9 yards on that particular, that was good enough for a first down. You said 10 yards.
Yep. Yeah, 10-yard completion.
Britt Bird shaking up there for Springfield.
Yeah, so he's coming off the field. First down and 10 for Rogers. 44 seconds still to go here in the third quarter.
Got a lot of ball game left in this one.
Now the way these two teams have gone back and forth, 16-0 start for Springfield, like they were going to run away and hide. But no, Rogers scored 20 unanswered in the second quarter. And a throw near sideline is high and incomplete. Penalty marker coming in. Now,
this might be a flag on Springfield.
Might have a personal foul call here. Yes, we will. Going to go against the Blue Devils, so that's going to give Rogers another first down inside the 20-yard line.
It's one of those plays that just wasn't necessary. As well after the ball, was gone. It's one of those interior battles on the line of scrimmage. It's a little bit excessive, and it's going to go.
So Rogers enters the red zone, brought to you by Appliance Center, Ohio's largest furniture, mattress, and appliance superstore. And it'll be first down and 10 from the 13-yard line. And a straight drop. It'll be a flip out in the flat. Land with a catch, slips a tackle, and then pushed out of bounds after a short gain of 2, but give him catch number 11 on the night.
I'll tell you what, we talked about his great upper body strength to shed tacklers for extra yardage. He is stout with the lower body, as well. The initial hit is not going to bring Marcellus Land down. You're going to have the initial hit, and then you're going to have multiple hats to the football if you're going to try to corral him at the line of scrimmage. He's just too strong out there on the perimeter.
And we get more whistles. And, yep, they're going to send another player off the field here as Terrell Jamison is sent over to the Rogers sideline. He'll be replaced.
So that's the third or fourth time we've seen that, where the referee stopped the play and sent a guy who's lining up off the field. So we don't know the exact reason why, but
Deshaun Ferguson comes in to replace him. Ferguson is a freshman. He'll line up number 83 as the clock runs out on quarter 3. So we'll head to the 4th here at Springfield. Blue Devils, the homestanding team, got the lone score in the third quarter. They lead at 23-20 after 3. All right, we're going to start the fourth quarter with Rogers knocking on the door. 2nd down and 9. Ball resting at the 12-yard line. Rogers trailing by 3. 23-20. Springfield getting the lone score in the third quarter. Matt Milzak, Rhett Boyd, and our crew, happy to have you with us. They'll toss it. And looking for some running room, and there is none as Davion Sanders, as Springfield makes the play defensively. Maybe a gain of a yard or, well, back to the line of scrimmage is all they'll say for Sanders.
it's a great job by the right side of that Springfield defensive unit just to set the edge, not allow Ferguson there to turn the corner.
Well, they've tried that a couple of times.
Well, what do you think? Who do you think they're going to go to here on third down?
I have a guess. If you'd like to hear it, I'll give it to you. I'm going to go with Marcellus Land.
That's what I'm going for.
Number 3. He's lined up at the bottom part of your screen. Do they look his way? Yes, they will, but he's in trouble trying to break free is Brown, and he's going down. Back at the 16-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple.
Well,
and it's going to be 4th down.
Every time Springfield sets backs against the wall on third down, they come up with a big play with the front 7. It's getting pressure on Leon Brown, either forcing him to throw it quick or be able to get penetration and sack him for a loss. Once again, they do so here. Now, 4th and 11. You think this favors Springfield, but this plays right up the alley of Rogers and their strength, which is their wide receiving core. So obviously, we just said Marcellus Land, Hudspeth, Davion Sanders. You go to either one of those guys and they can make a play.
And they certainly can. And we are just underway. We're only a minute into the 4th quarter.
But I think whatever it is, it's got to be relatively quick. That Springfield pressure has gotten to Leon Brown.
Let's see what he chooses to do here. As they'll line up, 5 wides for Rogers. 3 to the bottom part of your screen, 2 to the top. Straight drop. And he's looking to the end zone, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Springfield. And coming up with it is Greg Ptaszynski, the linebacker, the junior.
Leon Brown, he had a guy open, but Ptaszynski, to his credit, simply broke and stepped right in front of the intended receiver. Another big stop, big play, momentum shift here at Springfield.
As they're up 3, there was a penalty flag down. See what the call is. It's going to be a hold going against Springfield
on the return
after the catch. So, I mean, still could have batted it down. It was a 4th down play anyhow. So it was going to be the football going the way of Springfield. And it will just a little bit deeper back in their territory. As LaCharles Smith and I'll see his team backed up all the way to the 5-yard line. The third turnover of the game by the Rogers Rams. Wait. You know what? You had to try for the end zone, though, right?
And look, and we saw what Leon Brown saw. And that is a guy break open over the middle of the football field, and that's where he went with the football. It was just a really good play by Ptaszynski to read it, react, step in front, and made a big-time defensive play.
It'll be 1st down and 10 for Springfield. And they can run the football. We've seen that tonight, especially from Eli Beal at 150 yards in the first half. He lines up in the backfield, along with Will Scott. And it's going to be Scott who's going to keep it himself. Looking for an opening. He's out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. That's a 1st down. So again, they use Beal as a decoy.
That's that zone read play there. And with the last possession, Amari Griffin, the job he did with his interior run, taking it to the house, that defense collapses. Scott reads it, pulls it, gets the corner.
And Springfield, you know what they're going to do now? Up by 3. They're going to let that clock run a little bit here.
And they're going to tell those 3 returning starters in that offensive line, fellas, it's on your shoulders. We're going to run the football, chew clock, move chains, and we're going to grind this one out.
And they do, all the way down to 4 seconds on the play clock before the handoff to Beal. Trying to break free, he does, out across the 25 to the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 12 for Beal.
Great fight by Eli Beal, the young sophomore, 5'9", 170. Huge game here this evening. Battling what we believe was cramps earlier in the ball game, or here in the third quarter. Gutting his way out. His team gutting it out here late.
As we've got a timeout on the field, we'll take one as well. Back to Springfield in a moment with the Blue Devils up 3 in the fourth quarter on BCSN. Now to 10 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Springfield 23, Rogers 20. What a game we have had here at Springfield.
Yeah, we thought coming to this ballgame with 2 young teams hungry for their first win. Both teams like to throw the football, chunk plays. And it's lived up to the billing, for sure. And when you throw in the unscripted turnovers on both sides, and then you got some penalties as well, it's just the ebbs and flows of a ballgame. It's been very entertaining from a fan standpoint, but nerve-wracking for sure on the coaching staffs and players.
All right, 1st down and 10 for Springfield. They've picked up 2 first downs after getting the INT right at the goal line. Beal up the middle. Good 1st down run. He's got himself up to the near 35-yard line. Actually be a gain of 8 officially, so 2nd down and 2 for Springfield. And this is an offense, Red, if they're going to chunk you with 7 to 10 yards every time they run it. But the fact they can run clock, and they're running it right now. Lining up on a 2nd down and 2. Beal is going to take it. He'll bounce to the outside. Penalty marker down. Got close to the 1st down, but we'll take a look and see what the penalty is going to be.
Looks like in that area holding.
Well, the officials have certainly got to work out tonight. Dan Kinn and his crew. And we got a face mask call going against Rogers. That was right in the middle of the line. I was with you, thought it was right where you'd see a holding call.
I don't think it was on the running back. The face mask was with the interior lineman.
And that will give Springfield another 1st down. and push the ball all the way into Rogers territory. Result of the penalty, he'll have it set at the 49-yard line of Rogers. And Springfield will get it. So they've got the clock starting, and we hit 9 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. Springfield not been effective at all in the passing game. 1 for 8 throwing the football tonight. But they've been able to run it. Eli Beal, but no, this time they're going to toss it. And a little toss sweep that time to get it to Cameron Tall. He'll get a yard, maybe 2. That little toss.
It was a good play there by the defensive back there, number 29 for Rogers, Joaquin Turner. Good job accelerating up to the line of scrimmage and that gain minimal.
So it'll be 2nd down and 8. More importantly for Springfield might be, Rhett, the fact that, that play clock's down under 10. They're going to have to use a timeout here. Their first one of the second half. But the clock moves under 8 to go here in the fourth quarter. So they've run 3 minutes off the clock in a heartbeat here. Just in this drive.
It's real simple in the huddle right now if you're Coach Charles Smith. Again, we've talked about it. He's looking right in the eyes of those 5 linemen, saying, boys, look, we're going as far as you are. In this ball game, you say this is what we lift weights for. It's what we condition for in the heat. This is what you prepared for. Late fourth quarter, game on the line. It's on your shoulders. Now it's about going out there collectively and getting it done. Creating you don't need a huge hole. You just need a crease for Eli Beal. When he hits it, we said it. He's hitting it with no hesitation. He's getting positive yards north and south, and they can try to grind this clock down as much as possible, possibly get some points, but at the very least, flip field position and make Rogers go the distance in the event that your drive stalls out.
Well, BCSN's College Football Weekly is back, whether it's Toledo, Bowling Green, Ohio State, or Michigan. This show, as you covered, host Mark Kuntz and a team of guests and experts will give you what you need to know about your team. College Football Weekly, Tuesday nights at 10 on BCSN and the BCSN Now app. All right, 2nd down and 8. Keeping the football in a terrific spin move is Will Scott. He's down near the 40-yard line. Might be close to a first down. Looks like it'll be 3rd down and about a yard.
Rogers brought a safety blitz from the secondary into the interior of that line. Will Scott read it, pulled it, got a nice run around the corner and picked up positive yardage. Now 3rd and short. You feel really good about your chances right now if you're Springfield.
As they'll line up, Beal on the right hip.
Now, if you're Rogers, if you get a stop here and force a 4th and 1, you make Springfield make decisions in terms of going for it or punting the football deep into your territory.
And they'll give it to Beal. He's trying to cut to the outside, breaks a tackle. He's going to be close to the first down. He may have spun and got it right at the end. As he went out of bounds, Rhett.
That's a heck of an effort by the young sophomore, Eli Beal. Rogers did a great job of stretching that play to the far sideline. But did they be able to stop his feet, spin? He got the sticks, but he did not pick up the first down.
Now they're going to check it. They're going to bring the chains out to take a look.
But give Rogers a lot of credit on that play. They forced Beal to bounce it. They were able to stay in phase and possibly force a 4th down here, depending on the measurement.
Well, let's see. They're going to bring the chains out. Take a look at it here. You see it all the way across on the far sideline. Well, they're trying to figure out the chain part. Well, they got it. And let's see, when they line it up, Beal thought he got there. He did not. He is half a yard shy.
Well, for Coach Charles Smith, first time being a head coach, it's the big time decision right now. Do you go for it on 4th and 1 when you couldn't get it on 3rd and 1? Or do you put the ball in the hands of your punter, punt Rodgers deep, make him go the distance, up 3, 7:04 left? Big decision here for LaCharles Smith. But it looks like, just by his reaction there, he's already made up his mind on what they're doing.
Yeah, that offense is still out there on the field, Rhett.
But this is where you show confidence in your guys, especially that veteran offensive line. Say, guys, here we go. Game's in our hands. We're going to dictate the outcome. And we're going to be aggressive, and we're going to go for it here. Let's now, one, don't forget about the hard count. It was successful for them early in the ball game. See if they go to that. Or if they indeed snap it and go for it here on 4th and short.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting play of this game. 7:04 to go, 4th quarter. Springfield up by 3. And the lone points of this second half. 4th down and half a yard. We'll go out of the gun. And they're going to hand it off. Beal's got it and more. He breaks free. Going to the end zone. Touchdown, Eli Beal and the Springfield Blue Devils.
When there's a decision to be made, you never go wrong with going to your strength. And for Springfield, that's the offensive line and the running back, Eli Beal. Rodgers sells out against the interior run, and Eli Beal, once he gets through that initial line of scrimmage, there's nobody in the back end in the secondary. He's able to take it to the house.
Rhett, late in the second quarter, we thought Beal went for a 40-yard touchdown run. He actually only went 31 yards, stepped out of bounds at the 9. They didn't score a touchdown on that one. This one, he goes 40 yards, straight up the gut, no worrying about the sideline, and Springfield a point away from a 10-point cushion.
Now we got a flag in the play.
Offside call going against Rodgers.
They'll just take the extra point here, try to go up 10. Really don't get an advantage going for 2 at this point.
Nope. A 10 or 11 is basically the same thing.
Still a 2-score game.
Yep. So they'll go for the point after. That is up, and it is good. A 40-yard touchdown run by Eli Beal. He's been the big difference tonight. Springfield leads it by 10. Springfield on the flows of a game. They outscored Rodgers 16-0 early. Then they give up 20 straight. They've scored the last 14. And they have the 30-20 lead over the Rodgers Rams with under 7 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. It's been one heck of a football game tonight. As Springfield will kick off, they'll go with that little pooch punt, and it's going to bounce and go out of bounds. And so it'll be good field position for Rodgers.
Regardless how this game ends up, give both coaching staff a lot of credit. Their football teams have come out here tonight hungry. They played extremely hard. And one thing they've developed throughout this ballgame is the ability to persevere. Things haven't always gone your way, but you've hung in there and you've made plays to give your team a chance. And I think that's something definitely both coaches can build on regardless of the win-loss.
And absolutely. There's still 7 minutes to go in this game, and with Rodgers' offense.
A lot of time left.
Yeah, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Hey, start your morning off with sports. The X's and Bros Show with Anthony Bellino. Local, regional, and national sports topics on your TV. X's and Bros every weekday morning from 6 to 9 on BCSN and the BCSN Now app. Well, it's going to be interesting. We got a couple of good choices for the player of the game. We'll get to that a little bit later on. See how this next few minutes unfolds. Red Boyd's been crunching the numbers over there. He's got an idea on both sides of the coin.
A lot of crooked numbers.
There's a lot of crooked numbers tonight.
Some of them a little bit too big for my pay grade, I'll tell you that. Which means a lot of productivity on both sides of the football here between the Rams and the Devils.
First down and 10 from the 35-yard line. Pass over the middle. That's complete. Sanders with a catch. He's dropped right away, though. He made the catch up near the 40. It'll be a gain of 5 as Leon Brown continues to rack up passes tonight. He's in the mid-30s.
Greg Ptaszynski, who came up with that big interception down there near the goal line for Springfield, that time comes up, makes a sure tackle, and didn't allow yards after the catch.
Second down and 5 for Rogers. They have the football and a throw out into the flat. Juggled a bit, but caught. And a first down for the Rams as Terrell Jamison made the catch. He juggled it a bit, but he got it and gets a first down.
Jamison, he obviously got excellent speed as well. You saw that once he got his shoulder square. I tell you what, Coach Davis raved about his receiving core, and deservedly so. Those guys have been outstanding tonight, any one of them. When they get the ball in their hands, they can take it the distance.
And we've seen it. Seen it firsthand as the clock moves down to 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Rogers on the move. Straight drop on this first down and 10. Pass is incomplete, knocked away at the last moment. He was looking for Marcellus Land, but a defensive play turned in by Springfield.
Yeah, Brennan Mortis, he's done a heck of a job here in the second half out there playing the cornerback position. Looks like he got a hand in there late to disrupt the timing and catch on that exchange.
Second down and 10 for Rogers. You know, they have that quick strike ability, but you're starting to feel like, Rhett, that this might be a must-score drive. Throw out in the flat. That's caught. Penalty marker down. And inside the 45-yard line goes Land, but let's check the penalty. It's going to be a holding call against Rogers.
Yeah, time and score right now. I think you're right, Matt. I think this is definitely a must-score drive for Rogers, being down 2 scores, 5:43 left. They have 1 timeout left. You know, so at some point, you know, they've had a lot of success with this short passing game, moving the chains. At some point, I think you're going to have to start getting vertical and try to get a quick strike just to leave yourself some time to get the ball back, whether that's on an onside kick or stopping a Springfield drive.
Now they have put a lot on the arm of Leon Brown. And the right-handed senior quarterback has come through with some big plays tonight. Up around 300 yards passing. He's thrown for 3 touchdowns in this game. They'll line up with the 5-wide set of Rogers. 3 to the bottom part of your screen. He's looking that way, but he's in trouble. Sacked back near the 30-yard line.
Well, Ptaszynski was in there. And along with a couple of his teammates, you see there, number 37 in there as well. We don't have him on our roster, but nonetheless, big time stop by Springfield. Every time they've needed one on 3rd down or 4th down, they've come up big here this evening.
Yeah, they certainly have. It has been something to watch, that defensive front busting through right there at a key moment to come up with that sack, and sets up 3rd down and 27 for the Rogers Rams.
And obviously with the situation, Rogers has to go for it here. You're gonna just, this is one of those situations you throw it up and.
Now you still got 3rd down, so you got to do something here.
Two down here. So you don't need it all back at once here. So if you can get half this yardage back, it makes it more manageable. You know, on
because
4th
you're
down.
right. You're probably got to go on 4th. You got to try pull out all the stops right now. You got only 5:12 to go here in the 4th quarter. You need 2 scores. And punting probably not in the cards right now. But now it's the ability of Springfield to chew up the clock running the football. That was the last time out for Rogers. Straight drop. They're going to look. Fire it near side. Catch is made by Sanders. Can he make magic again? He will across the 40 up to the 43-yard line. It's part of it back. as Davion Sanders got the look. It's 4th down. He got 10 on that play, so it'll be 4th down and 17 for the Rogers offense. And you can see where they wanted to go there. They wanted to get the ball to Sanders. You want to get it to Land. One of those guys. Now, do you try to go deep here, Rhett? Or do you just got to get a quick hitter and hope your guys can run it out?
Well, you got to go deep on this one here.
And they are. Over the middle, and it's knocked away. And it's incomplete. Springfield's defense turns it over. And with 4:22 to go in the 4th quarter, they get the football back. And Rogers, no timeout.
Great job by Springfield. The linebacking core did a great job of getting their depth, able to knock that and deflect that ball away. If not, that's a catch, and the receiver's still running the football over the middle of the field. Every time we said it, 3rd and 4th down, this defense has come up big, whether it's pressure, whether it's sacks, whether it's got a couple interceptions. That time, a big-time deflection to stop the Rogers drive.
And LaCharles Smith knows his team's a couple first downs away from sealing their first win of the year. And Eli Beal has had a monster night, 218 yards, couple of touchdowns on the ground, unofficial total. He's been busy. Will he get it again? You betcha. Over the far sideline he goes, and he's just going to get pushed out of bounds.
Now, as great of a ball game that he has had, that's one thing that they'll talk about on film with the young sophomore is right now you want to keep that clock running as much as possible. So if you can help it, you want to try to get down in bounds and keep that clock moving.
All right, let's get to tonight's player of the game, brought to you by First Solar, leading the world's sustainable energy future. To join our team, visit firstsolar.com/careers. And I think it's got to be Eli Beal, don't you?
Without question. He's been the bell cow here for Springfield here this evening, and well over 200 yards rushing unofficially here tonight. Couple of scores as well.
As coming to the near sideline and dropped is the quarterback, Will Scott. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage plus a yard, so he gains 4. And it'll set up 3rd down and 9 for Springfield. And more importantly for them, they're going to run half of a minute off this clock.
Give a lot of credit. A back doesn't get that type of yardage on his own. And those big guys up front, here this evening, Jacob Landon, Julian Welch, Jaden Welch, Joe Keller, Crew Ackenberger, those are the guys that started this ball game. Tight end Logan Goodrick, throw him in there as well. They've done a great job of creating holes and creases for Eli Beal, and he's taking full advantage of it, as well as Amari Griffin. I mean, this team is approaching, we talked about unofficially Beal being over 200 yards. This team is approaching 300 yards of rushing offense when you throw in Amari Griffin's totals here tonight as well.
You are correct. That last carry was Cameron Tall. And so he sets up a 4th down and 6 with the clock going under 3 minutes left to go here in the 4th quarter.
But they're going to run this play clock down, and then
they do still have 2 timeouts left.
Use a timeout.
They probably punt it away, you would figure, on this one with a 4th down and 6. And there is the timeout called with 2:32 left to go here in the 4th quarter. And that's all that's standing between Springfield and their first win of the year. Lost last week to Maumee and a heartbreaker there on the road. Hats off to Maumee, snapping a huge losing streak.
And they were in a dogfight tonight with the Bryan Golden Bears. And then Bryan had a lead late, and don't know how that game turned out. But Maumee's obviously feel like they turned the corner a little bit in terms of being competitive and having a chance to put some wins on the board.
High punt. No one back for Rogers as they sold out for the block. And it'll be down around the 16-yard line. That's where Rogers will get it with 2:22 left to go here in the 4th quarter. They're down by 10. Going to need a very quick score score, and they have lightning quick strikes tonight. They've had an 82-yard touchdown, a 61-yard touchdown, both of those on short passes that turned into long runs.
Oh, yeah, they could do it in the blink of an eye. So if you're Springfield right now, you cannot be complacent. This is where your mental toughness and your discipline comes into play. Here with the lead late, you see your first win of the season on the doorstep, but you got to finish the game and go get it, because you know Rogers, they're not going to quit. They're going to continue to put the ball in the air and try to make plays, quick plays, and try to give themselves a chance here in the final 2:22.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They'll line up again, that 5-wide set. Leon Brown, the senior quarterback, straight drop. He's been under a lot of pressure in the second half. He does get it out for a catch on the near side. Making the catch is Marcellus Land, but he's dropped at the 28-yard line. Actually, that's good for a first down. Well, that will give him a chance to quickly get up to the line and run another play with 2:14 to go. Out of the gun is Brown. He'll take the snap, straight drop, pressure coming up the middle. He'll fire over the middle, and it's incomplete. That'll make it second down and 10. 2 minutes exactly to go here in the fourth quarter.
Leon Brown tried to hit the receiver, splitting the safeties in the middle of the field. He's had to deal with a lot of pressure here tonight from that Springfield front seven, and he's made some plays with his legs. You know, he's been forced to get the ball out of his hands maybe a little bit quicker than he would like at times, and he's made plays at times too. It's been a gutsy effort by him in that Rogers backfield.
Yeah, he'll swing one out. It's nearly intercepted and nearly caught as he was trying to go for the quick hitter there. And they've had to go really quick. Springfield's defensive front Red has been all over Mr. Brown in the backfield. Leon will look over, get what he wants, what the coaching staff wants him to run here on this play. Third down and 10 with 1:56 to go here in the fourth quarter. They need to get at least a first down. The next two plays, straight drop, he's under pressure, dances into the middle, and down he goes. Another sack at the 25-yard line. Springfield one play away from getting their first win. And that clock has to run.
You know, and it's been a team effort. You know, you watch the Springfield, defensive unit. They're running guys, in and out at the linebacker position, the corner position, defensive line, just trying to keep fresh bodies. And, what's been a very hot and humid week here in Northwest Ohio, it's been a total team effort.
Fourth down, pressure coming, Brown rolling out. Needs to get to the first down marker, he won't. He's shoved out of bounds, and Springfield will take over on downs with 1:07 left. Brett, that'll be enough for the Blue Devils as they're going to get their first win of the year.
Well, that defense, we talked about giving up 20 points in the second quarter. Well, they pitch a shutout here in the second half.
Yes.
And time again, when their backs were against the wall, they've come up big, particularly on third and fourth down. They've got some big-time stops. They got a big pick near the goal line here in the second half. They've answered the bell for sure here this evening.
Yeah, they did. And that big pick was early in the fourth quarter. Turned the football over. They're going to win the turnover battle tonight. 3-2 in that regard. And all they'll have to do is take a couple of knees, and this football game will go to the Springfield Blue Devils. 30-20 will be your final score. And what ended up being a heck of a football game tonight. Rogers with that air raid offense. And they showed you they got some major playmakers.
They do. And this team's going to be heard from in the remaining part of their schedule, as they get into the City League, for sure, because they are electric on the offensive side of the football. They got guys that can score the second the ball gets in their hands. Whether it's a 2-yard pass, they can turn it into 80-yard touchdown, in the snap of the fingers. And Leon Brown, a veteran guy behind center, does a great job distributing the ball, around the field. And I thought their defense played their hearts out tonight. Did a great job against that Springfield run game, in the middle part of this football game. But maybe perhaps they just got a little bit worn down there at the end, and gave up gave up a couple big plays to Griffin and Beal in the run game. But hats off to Rogers overall. They'll win some. They'll definitely going to be heard from in the City League this year. But for Charles Smith and the Springfield Blue Devils, their first win of the season. For Coach Smith and his first head coaching job, his first win as a head coach. You got to feel good all the way around. For Springfield on both sides of the ball here this evening.
And a hug from both the coaches there. Teammates back at start in 2020 as part of that coaching staff. And now on opposite sides tonight. But they had the good embrace there as it's Springfield who comes away with the win tonight. And the big player, Eli Beal, going over 200 yards tonight. As there's a look at your final score. Well, that's going to do it from here at Springfield. This has been a production seen only on Buckeye Broadband. For my broadcast partner, Rhett Boyd, and our entire BCSN crew, my name is Matt Milzak. Once again, your final score, Springfield 30 and Rogers 20. Good night, everyone.